I see, I see. It is strange. Not too strange, but strange. Alas, we will not be bothered overly much. Instead, I'll quickly set everything up. Do excuse me if I sound a bit more tired than usual. That was one very long going party. Not my most beloved thing to do, but alas, what can you do? Complaining is an afterthought in this case. No. Then we shall wait until everything's loaded, and then we shall go and start doing something. Excuse me. Oh, I need a bit more coffee. I'm still tired as fuck, actually. Oh. Which, mind you, is not a good sign. It's like 12, and you're a little tired. That means that you probably haven't slept enough. That is going to be a pain for today, but so, as for the eatery for today, so you actually know what is to come. We're gonna play a bit of Baldur's Gate. I'm gonna try to finish the mine, and then a bit more maybe if I'm feeling like it. Then I'm gonna take a break to get something to eat and get a few things prepared for the coming week. Like something, you know, very much necessary. Yes, I can already feel it in my face. I need to fucking shave. Did too. And then we're gonna finish this weekend off with... Honestly, I don't know yet. I'm thinking... maybe it's actually gonna be more Trails in the Sky, because I do kind of found myself somewhat adoring the little game. Going like, ah, kinda cute. I wanna head pat it. Very much so. But a simple matter. Until further matters, we shall now do a bit of a trick move here. Now, I kinda looked into this, and oh yeah, Durlock's Tower reminds me of what's to come. Now, Durlock's Tower is basically the well, if you played the Pillars of Eternity, it's basically the endless path, just the other way around. First, then it goes down, and then it's just the basically fucking same, where you go down, 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 and down some more. We have traps, monsters, and riddles, all the nice nonsense. We have picked up every companion we can so far. We have no access to Baldur's Gate as in the city just yet, which kind of saves us the trouble of having to deal with that. But there's one more. Somewhere in the Cloakwoods, I think in this area actually, in the last area before the mine, is Baldur, a dark druid lady, which very much loves to be in a team with Shahira. Surprisingly enough, two different orders of druids are not friendly with each other. They're kind of this, I've always played like, we need to live together with nature, and we need to respect nature, and not good at respecting each other. Alas, another term altogether. Apparently, as far as I'm aware, I can just recruit her and she's not going to be unhappy, so I'm going to recruit her.
What?
That is indeed the definition of not good.
Nature's servant awaits.
Can I help you?
I'm gone. What you want?
You have need of me?
That is one of the definitions of not good. Indeed, the sort of ambush you do not necessarily want to get into.
Yes? What is it?
I mean, the good thing is she has, technically speaking, a lot of armor for a, you know. Okay, you have everything, just not what you need. Means you are the only one who actually has that skill that I need. Namely the anti-poison one.
What? You've attacked.
Do you not have that? No, you have. Come on. Okay, to be fair. What the f...
I not survive. Also,
Come on, I cast that spell.
nature's servant awaits.
Oh, for feck's sake, that starts very well, doesn't it?
What?
Okay.
Fine.
For shits and giggles, let's try this again.
Waylaid by enemies and must defend yourself.
Nature's servant awaits.
Yes?
I really don't fucking feel it anymore, let me tell you.
Can I help you?
Huh, you're this way.
Oh great, and this time we actually triggered a fucking trap.
What is it?
As you direct.
Just because, fuck you, that is why basically, isn't it? Ah, fucking hell. No matter how you do it. Damned one way, damned the other way.
What?
That's just the definition of, you know, not good.
You've a task.
I have indeed a task for you. Make sure that fucking poison is not gonna kill my team again. Well, the good thing is, as long as it's not the caster itself, usually slow poison works like a bloody fucking charm.
Somehow familiar.
What is it?
Well,
What?
as I said, usually. Now you will also, maybe, potentially realize that we only have
Yes? Such
5
menial tasks.
members in our little team instead of 6 members. That is because I'm actually planning on picking up Baldur if the game would let me actually get into that area. Not waylay me. If I'm on the right area, I'm of course not on the right area. That is
A simple matter.
great. Please don't waylay me. Hello, Baldur.
A simple matter.
Oh, you can see that I actually made myself some notes the last time we were around here. But yes, I'm sure Shah is very pleased with your little wiki. And evermore.
Hi. Fox really not in this.
Now, most luckily, we do not have any fallen that we need to care about. Mind you, I'm working very hard to actually make sure that that is not happening. But listen to this nice little ambiente. Isn't that nice? Now, there's actually more along. Here's Eldorf down there. And I'm not really willing to pick that one up yet. Mostly because NPCs in this game have a bit of a time limit to their quests, which means if you pick them up and you can't fulfill their quests in time, they're just gonna walk away and disappear from the game. And if you're like me, a bit of a hoarder when it comes to your companions, you don't want that to happen. That also means that certain NPCs are not to be picked up until you actually have access to the area where you need them to be. We're gonna do a quick move here. Hold on. Yeah, there you are. I'm gonna pick you up.
I am Baldur. I have
Sure.
been looking for those who would.
Now, what we need to do... Can we... No, we cannot go here. Go here, but we can go here. Can we slip through? Yes, we can. Basically, I will have to get rid of Faldon again,
Nature is all.
because she's actually in the way. I need to pick up somebody else in the mines, namely. What can you do? Dart is good, club is good. But sling would also be nice. I am a fan of slings, I will admit. Quite the useful little things.
What is it? Fine.
And now, as you can kind of see, well, the game is like, let me give you Eldon's story. It does not actually add a quest. See? important events, Cloakwood, which we are doing now, Hidden Base. Basically get a nice little add here to this quest. Now this quest is going to finish anyway. What I'm planning to do
Such
is the
mean
not very nice move. I'm going to go back to the friendly arm. I'm going to deposit Baldur on there. Hopefully she's not going to run away from us. Then we're going to rest. Then we're going to go back to the mine. Then we're going to go into the mine. Go down the layers of horrible nest that the Iron Throne has produced there. Pick up another one who's just going to sit there and is feeling very much unhappy right about now. And then we're going to finish with this area, and then, yeah, that is the plan for the moment.
You have been waylaid by enemies and must defend yourself.
I am one with nature's servant
What?
awaits.
You go there.
You have need of me?
Your life shall be mine.
Well, shit, there's another one.
Yet as good as done. You
What you want?
Jalcales?
Yep, this way.
Night Singer, give me power.
We're trying our best here.
Nay, I will do that.
Do you have slow poison for... of course you're not. Who am I to assume that the game would go like, yes,
You've attacked.
slow poison,
Yes?
very useful.
I can't but try.
Nature as good as done.
You do know, little one, that Shah is probably not that much interested in you.
Yes, O omnipresent authority figure.
I am omnipresent. You'd be fucking surprised just how omnipresent. For fuck's sake, I hate poison.
Ulsa?
Where even are you hiding? Why are you hiding down here? I need you to take care of poison.
I am wounded.
Dead End Nets is one of the main reasons why the Clockwork area is basically the most giant pain in the ass you can imagine. You have A, net traps, which trap your people in nets, as the name implies. And secondly, you have something as nice and annoying as poison, which can kill your men and women quite fast. And whenever I look at this, I'm kinda like
All
pleased with
nature's
myself.
children must rest sometime. I am one with.
Now let me put you here, because I know that you and Jaheira will get at each other's throat very soon. You know, that's a fun thing about druids. As long as it's about nature, they're always going like, oh yes, we need to respect nature, we need to coexist with nature, we cannot be, you know, in some sort of evil and dominating relationship with one another. That cannot work. But as soon as it's like, this is another sect of druids, you say? Okay. Let me stop with the self-flagellation and let me get out the flail to actually do something about that. Very efficient. Yes, I know where to reform a party and go like, hold on, you stay right here.
You want something?
What I've taught you, friends. Walk with rage against all who threaten the Great Mother. Are you waiting now?
Fine.
Nature is all.
Meet again. I trust you have been vigilant in protecting the ways of nature. Perhaps we should continue our previous partnership. No need of your assistance now. Now, we have that out of the way. That is good. And kind of want to get rid of that, because I have no need of that. So I will now say we will take a nice little break in the inn. Now, this is basically the very much original idea where later games like, for example, Pillars of Eternity takes quite literally as load of inspiration from. For example, what Pillars of Eternity does is it actually applies certain rest bonuses to your party if you rest at the better rooms. Baldur's Gate does not know shit about that. And it doesn't want to know shit about that, to put it mildly. One of the more interesting things is that, of course, this is the enhanced version, so there are some NPCs like Dawn, who you can potentially talk to. And then there's people like me who are like, I don't even want to.
My inn is open to all who behave themselves.
Yeah, like me, I'm a good person. Okay, I can pay more for my rooms. I just don't get much out of that. It's more a role-playing thing than anything else at this point in time. Which, mind you, is nice and dandy. Honestly, I don't need much. You know what I mean? The cost difference is like 1 to 8 gold. Right? Yeah, I'm not really, you know... That's actually a problem that all these games have. At some point, when you are not spending and spending and spending and spending, like an idiot, you will end up with a very nice amount, a hoard of money
Gather your party before venturing forth.
that most dragons would probably be somewhat jealous of.
Fine.
Considering that when I slay a dragon, I usually get some things, and even if I were to very, very generously put it all together, would probably not amount to that amount of money that I have. Ah, that was nice, isn't it? There's of course such little things that yeah. You can identify items, you should identify items, especially because some of those items could be cursed. But you don't have to. Your characters are more than willing to take an unidentified sword in hand, damn their magic properties, and use it. This is, yes. This comes back so naturally and quick. It's always unbelievable. I haven't played this one in a while now.
Laid by enemies and must defend yourself.
Can I help you?
Yes? Fine.
Jalkalis na.
Nature's servant awaits.
What is it?
And still I'm sitting here like, yes, I remember most of the buttons.
Night Singer, give me darkness prevail.
I care not.
You've a task for the fallen!
Nice. Blocked everybody like we wanted to. Now the question is only how much damage we take and how much damage we dish out. Now the good thing about long weapons is that this game actually still does it like it is supposed to be. The long weapon should allow you to attack from a second line, which makes stuff like spears actually useful. And not just, you know, a optical choice. Like, what do you prefer? Sword? Axe? But yeah, the optics gonna change, but not much more combat-wise.
Menial task.
I do prefer when games actually are reasonable about it and like, yes, a spear is longer, of course. Should allow you to attack from the second line. It's an obvious little thing. Now then. I must find a way to stop, or at least temporarily disable the mining operation here in Cloakwood. Searching the mine may provide me with a way to accomplish this goal, but I fear it will be a bloody affair. Yes, it will.
Simple matter.
Now, as usual, we're gonna explore the map first and then go in. As you can see, this is the entrance to the mine area, basically. It will become a lot clearer. Basically, the mine is positioned on a lake. Now, you might be somebody who thinks like, positioning a mine shaft on a lake seems like a very idiotic way of doing things. Especially because that would probably mean that there's lots of water. Lots of water that could potentially flood said mine.
Fine.
And lo and behold, that is precisely what happened in the past. Considering that the dwarves were actually the ones who originally dug the mine, it kinda doesn't speak much of their experience for being good miners now, wouldn't you say? Because I would not go for a straight shaft down, I would probably dig in from the side, you know? And probably dig under the sea. It should be possible. But alas. It is what it is and we are not going to change it. But it of course gives us a nice little hint of how we can potentially destroy the mine for the more long term. We could flood it. There's enough water around, so, you know. Now, since we are not complete assholes about it, what we might want to do is actually get some of the people that are inside the said mine out of said mine before we flood it, because otherwise there'll be a bit of an advanced homicide there, murdering just a few more people than is strictly necessary. And since we also know that the Iron Throne has no problem with stuff like slavery, yeah, I don't really feel the need to murder all of the slaves that are most definitively involved in this operation, but for no good reason. That seems like an assholish move to do. A very assholish move to do. Hello guards. Do you remember me? It's me. your friendly neighborhood.
This way.
Nature's good as done.
What you want?
Titus, you will have a hard time hitting me. We are not at all weak anymore.
My blade.
I'm basically looking at the combat like this and I'm like, those poor guards are gonna get murdered in the most brutal fashion with cold damage. Well, that's good fun. It is actually really helpful to look back at times and remember that this is where it all started at. Bit of a funny thing actually, because without this game in particular,
What is
I don't think I would have actually gotten that much into gaming in the first place. Interestingly enough. This and technically speaking,
what?
Breath of Fire were
Such menial
games that
tasks.
probably most definitively formed me into what I should later become. Gaming-wise, that is. Kinda hard to imagine when you look at this now and then compare it to really. Just compare this to Pillars of Eternity, to Tyranny. And Tyranny is a bad example because it is definitely trying very hard to be different system-wise compared to, you know, the more original games. Pillars of Eternity is a good example because it's basically a reimagining of the original formula, going away from the Dungeon and Dragon system in favor of its own system, for good and for bad, mind you. And yeah, it's a very good way to compare. Now, technically speaking, if you want to compare the olden ones against each other, then the next contestant you would have is Icewind Dale. Honestly, I always thought of Icewind Dale more there as a basically a combat simulator, which it basically is. It completely screws the idea of written companions and stuff out of the window and is more giving you the option of here, you can make yourself a nice little companion, and now I want you to go forward and beat the combat. Technically it has a story that you follow, yes. Practically speaking, it's a lot more about the combat and more focused on that and how to use your team efficiently and stuff. Not all per se bad game, mind you. It is well made, interesting and all of that. But you would have to have a bit of a more combat focused personality, I suppose, to really get the most out of it. Personally, I enjoy Baldur's Gate a lot more. Especially the first one. Now at some point, and well, considering that I started this playing Baldur's Gate long time ago, even by my meager standards, this is gonna take a long while. But yes, just look at it. Listen to its ambiente and be like, huh. So this is where things like Pillars of Eternity got their inspiration from. Yes, they did. Actually, Pillars of Eternity is a measure of Fender in this particular case, because they actually kinda thumbed themselves up to be the reimagining of the good old Baldur's Gate. Which back then even got my attention, mind you. Because that's one hell of a footprint you're trying to fill with your own little pixies. You could argue that they somewhat made well. They created a good game, technically speaking. Is it a Baldur's Gate though? Or even on that level? Honestly, that's a bit hard. You would have to fight an assload of nostalgia to do that, and you know. It's not something you can just beat.
Fine.
But yes, maybe actually at some point I will actually go back down all the way into the basement and look if I can actually find my little copy of Icewind Dale. Then I can actually show you what I mean with the differences between Baldur's Gate and Icewind Dale. In a more direct sense. It's always nice when you can get a... what was it called? A visual aid? Yeah. Something like that. Basically speaking to more of your senses is probably a good way. What do we have here? Stop where you are and state your names. I'm the very creative one because I like to steal names, and this is my party of fellow adventurers. What is your purpose here? We've heard rumors of wyverns hereabout. Wink wink. Wyverns? Ah, yes, the fearsome fangs and enough poison in its tail to kill a horse 10 times over. Excuse me, I have some pressing business to attend to elsewhere. Yep. Now come on, we are well aware that around this area,
My blade will cut you
precisely
down to
two
size.
things will be found. A, monsters. Oh well. Let's say, creatures of all manners. Woodland creatures. And Iron Throne people. I'm not feeling inclined to be completely truthful with people who are definitely not my friend, but obviously my enemy. Since I'm now playing Baldur's Gate again, kinda reminds me that there is, technically speaking, a Baldur's Gate 3. Well.
Simple matter.
Well. Alarian Studios made Baldur's Gate 3. Well, I will admit, although it shames me greatly, that even I was unable to resist the allure, the siren song of that particular name. And I did kinda have it. My library, sitting there, updating at regular intervals and going like, hey, we have something new. And, well, I guess at some point I will play this again. It's just not Baldur's Gate any longer. Which pisses me off to no end, but I did kinda play some of that good old Divinity already, and that does remind me that Larian Studios by and of itself, by and large, actually makes good games. You know.
Your life.
And so even though... Come on. Get it done. So even though while I can absolutely not fathom what actually got them the idea that that would be a good and workable thing,
Yes.
to start and go all the way to try to hand at the Baldur's Gate IP of all bloody things. There many a great thing you can try. Just who say, draw your daggers and spells and let's have at her. Across our employers. This is as far as you're going to go, my friend. Should have known that lazy bounty hunting rebel wouldn't get the job done. Never settle for second best, I will say. I imagine him to being that sort of cunt. You know what I always say? Always kill the mousy one. That's what I always say. That would be a lie, I don't always say that. You had best step aside if you know what's good for you. I know exactly what is good for me. It is good for us to kill you and get paid a large sum of gold. I would say that is good. My party members here think that is good. Those are the votes that count. Oh boy, you're gonna die a horrible death.
My blade will cut you down to size.
Now then.
Night Singer, give me power.
You we want to draw upon Holy Might.
Yes, oh omnipresent authority figure.
Actually, that's not right. Can we... Because that's gonna... No. Didn't work. That is indeed rather saddening indeed. Main problem is mages are dangerous. And I don't really have much of a good counter for that.
What is it?
Olza?
Now, technically speaking, if you can just weather the storm, so to speak,
Nanatha.
then you will find that you will not have much of a problem. Khalid, could you maybe potentially stop doing that? You're a bit of an annoyance. That is definitively a problem.
Jalcales?
Yep. Also that system, of course, where your journey's over when your main character dies.
A simple matter.
Now then, we have seen what is happening when you are encountering those guns. Go forward once again, and you know, kill that cunt
Can I help
if you at all can.
You're a queer fellow.
He's near there. Nice.
What you want?
Leaves another one, and if we can get that one, yes.
What is it?
Now the good thing is, this is a low level setting. That means even though the mages are technically still the most dangerous ones on the field, they don't have nearly as many nice little options to screw you over fast. They do take a bit of time. And if you make use of that time to
What?
do the obvious thing and murder them with steel, works like a fucking charm, doesn't it? Now technically speaking, this is also the best source of good equipment. Because who would have the best equipment in the world, if you think about it? That would be adventurous at this point in time. And we just murdered a bunch of them. Yeah. I smell good equipment.
Yep, I'm gone.
Now, little Imo and take a look behind. Just so we can actually claim that we have looked around.
Yes, a simple matter.
Now you go forth and find me some good equipment, please. That's Potion of Frost Transformation. That's actually not a bad one. Now then, that is basically quest item, though it has no value anymore because we don't have her anymore. The dear little one who would actually buy that off me. Now we have nice little need of your services yet again, Drasus. We're expecting an incursion at our mine location in the Cloakwood. You are to accompany Deveron to the site and prevent entry or assault by anyone that is foolish enough to challenge you. Your standard fee shall be doubled in this instance. If all goes well, you should look forward to more of the same. You don't say. No. And all of that is basically for the moment your obligation, and
What is it? A simple matter.
on we go with a little exploration. It's actually fun. When I play a game not for a bit, it usually takes me, you know, at least half an hour or so to get back into it.
Down to size.
With this game, not so much. Takes about 10 minutes and you're right back where you're like, ah, yes, I remember what I'm doing. I remember what is, how to do it,
Simple matter.
how to get through.
What? Fine.
And you know,
I must rest.
I'm failing to force the lock.
I've done had
So I
enough of
kicked him in the
this.
head till he was dead.
Please don't kill me. I'll tell you where the mines are. Yes, I'll do that for you. If you spare me. Entrance is in the bailey to the east. Please let me live. I don't know why we went
simple
upstairs. I wasn't even telling you to go upstairs.
A simple matter. Huh, you're a queer fellow.
And thieving is,
I've
yeah,
done had enough of this.
precisely how it should be. Do you have? No, you have. I just need to remember who has what. Your inventory is surprisingly full. That is not good considering that you are receive.
Yes, a simple matter.
Now we go upstairs, because there's probably gonna be
What you want? I'm gone.
more stuff to steal. Da-da-da-da-da-dum. And to be fair, if you're playing things like this, and as you can see, you need to take some time. It does take a bit.
What is it? Fine. Such menial tasks.
And of course there's no such function like, it's actually something because I grew up on this, I never really make use of it, but I know that it's there, the slow and fast mode that a Pillar of Eternity can give you. Now, as you can see, yeah, this is completely set up on the bloody fucking lake here. I do wonder if this lake was created by flooding the mine once, and that is just the amount of water that came up on top after that. Or if this lake was here before, and they quite literally set up their mine right in the middle of the lake. So in that case, I will claim that the dwarves are fucking idiots and should not be let near any mining site for a lot of good reasons.
You have need of me?
What?
To make actually sure that this asshole does not come up with the idea of attacking my backside. Because that would be cancer.
A simple matter.
And we do not like cancer where we are from. In this case, right out of Candlekeep, to be fair.
Yes? A simple matter.
I mean, honestly, how can you fail to force the lock? You are
Yep.
strong as an ox, quite literally. But I guess we can't have everything.
Such menial
Now then, the mine, yes.
Fine.
The mine has...
Gather your party before venturing forth.
What was it, 3 levels?
Such menial
think.
tasks.
I hate them flaming fist pansies.
Says the pansy guard. Yo, the bastards who've been taking down the mining ops. Well, I've come to the wrong place, kiddos. I'm one mean son of a bitch. I'm gonna give you a word or hurt. It was not much, was it? We are very much so powerful people at this point in time. Mostly though given by our equipment and not so much by our level. I mean, for the world of Baldur's Gate, yes, we are... Baldur's Gate 1, technically speaking, we are somewhat powerful. Guards, guards! Anderson speaking ill of Devon. Wait, we are no guards. Ah, guards, guards! Run! Nobody likes snitches. Joe Anderson, you are not a fan of Devon.
Me out of this hellhole.
The two reasons upon this pick against these rocks. Do you wish to hear them? Yes. First, because I imagine this rock to be my captor's skull. Second, because the meager spark that leaps from my attempt is all the light I'll ever know again. If you be a new slave like I once was, you shall learn the simple truths soon enough. I guess he just found some motivation.
Get me out of this hellhole.
You shall black talent. No. I'm assuming you're referring not only to a black talent, but to a organization called the Dead. I'm
So I
assuming.
kicked him in the head till he was dead.
So, who are you guys? You here to buy some iron or something? You know, while you're here, maybe you should give me some advice. I've always been complaining lately, mostly about our late night life. You see, with all the stress and trouble lately, it's taken a little starch off of my maypole, if you get my meaning. I always love it when some rando just comes up to, hey, can you give me advice about my erectile dysfunction? Sure buddy, sure buddy. Can't say I have much experience with that though in particular. I think the only case where I ever had a problem with that was when I was dead drunk and the other party was like, I want no, and I was like, hey, hell no, I can't, even if I wanted to. Just with a lot more slurring and stuff. Yeah, well, you could get some more fresh air. That might be the fume here. Hey, wait a second, I recognize a bunch of you now. You're the guys who've been causing all the trouble lately. Surrender right now. Aw. And I guess now your maypole is not the only thing that's not going to rise anymore. Although, technically speaking, there is rigor mortis, so technically speaking, something will get hard. Just not what you would like.
Save me, dear sir.
If you set me free, ma'am,
Save me.
I can tell you how to bring this mine crashing down around the heads of those fat-headed slavers. I'll set you free, now tell us what you know. Well, see, here's how it is. The way to bamboozle this ninnies is really easy. Right here beside me is the steel plug that stops up the river on the surface. If we were to release that, then the whole mine would be drowned. Only the master of the mine has the key to open the plug, and he's a real mean cuss. If you were to bring me the key to me, I could use it to flood the mine. How do you know how to operate this key? There's a dwarf on the second level of the mine. His name is Yeslik. He's the last surviving dwarf of the clan that used to live here. Under threat of death, he designed a plug for the master of the mine. I talked with him last time I was in the cells for bad behavior. Okay, we'll try to find this key. Good. You haven't already been down to the lower levels. Try to find a man named Riddle. He's a good friend of mine and should be able to come up with a plan on how to get all of the slaves to safety. See you later then, and try to not get yourself killed. I was looking at it like, ah, help! Yes, don't worry, we will free you, we are not monsters. I mean, basically the conflict between good and evil, especially inside yourself, is a major part of this game in particular. A major conflict, so to speak. Now you can get all philosophical and be like, what is the nature of a man, eh? But then we would also be in Planescape again. What's going on? You're not our captures. Well, no. Pretty damn obviously we're not wearing their uniform, and we're far better equipped than them. No, we're not. Now make your way to the surface and flee while there's still time. I thank you, stranger. For the ounce of strength that is left in me. I've seen the light of day for, well, nigh a year. Jesus Christ. Even a miner needs to be let out of the mine sometimes, you know. Otherwise, they gonna get some insane. So it's another bunch of loser mercenaries. Well, I'm not impressed. I should be. If I'm working for you and your Iron Sword overlords. Come on, take your best shot. I don't care about my life anymore. I think you've mistaken our identities, my friend. We don't serve the Iron Throne. We plan to take it down. Maybe you can help us. You think I'm stupid? Why don't you go check some sheep? Well, if I weren't in such a good mood, generally speaking, I would murder you where you stand. Just for being an asshole. Then again, I guess, if those slaves...
With both my arms tied behind my back.
Yeah, I want to see you taking on that particular dark elf with your arms tied behind your back. You there, you're not supposed to be in this area. Yeah, you surrender. No, we don't think so. Now, as you can maybe potentially see from these experience so far, the first level of the mine is going to be somewhat easy. Second level too will not be overly hard, apart from a few places where there are more guards. But nothing we should care about too much. I think on the third level is actually where we already going to meet the master of the mine. If memory serves. Third or fourth level. Kinda depends on how you count the levels, because technically the elevator level is the first level, so where the elevator starts. And so, you know, bit confusing. Now, the only real problem that you will have in the mine is actually navigating your companions, so that your more squishy companions are not outright in front. You don't look like any mine god I've ever seen. You're new bigwig mercenaries for the Vern. Bugger off. Nah, actually we're adventurers. We're here to free you all from your servitude. This is where we find the master of the mine. Hey, that's good news. We'll find the Vern. You best look at the fourth level. The secret level, I think. It won't be easy to find.
Get me out of this hellhole.
I'm trying.
Get me out of this hellhole.
If you could give me more information, though, that would be very helpful. But seriously, what a lovely game. You know, it's kind of hard to... Well, I guess it would be kind of hard to understand when you're coming from a more modern perspective, if you start your gaming career a lot later. But it doesn't mean that you shouldn't give it a try, mind you. Honestly, I would be very much advising you to do so. Psst. There'll be a plug somewhere that seals the mine from the river's torrent. Find it, and maybe you can render this hell no more than a watery memory of its former self. Here's this plug. And I know, it's technically speaking, yes, the argument down below was a lot more sensible, because yes, this is the only mine between Arm and Baldur's Gate that is still producing actually good iron ore. Not the poison shit. And so no matter what means they're using to doing it, technically speaking, this one has a lot of political value. But what do I care? I'm not a politician, I'm just a fucking adventurer. I don't need to consider this. You, Canticle, speak to me.
Save me, dear.
There was a bard once, and you're a song that ever was. I could sing them all so beautifully. But now my throat's been choked by dust and my lungs have withered in this chilly air. 1,000 curses on everyone and whatever man it was that hired him. Well, I think you will have to think about a new career.
Art's really not in this.
Go down, God.
Get me out of this hellhole.
We are working on it. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely.
Get me out of this hellhole.
Now this is going to the next level. Now technically speaking we are on the second level right now. Kinda depends on how you count, see? You could say this is the first level of the mine. Or you could say that this is the second level if you counted the elevator level. That's the first level of the mine. And I always get confused when something like this is unclear. Instructions unclear. Please specify. But since we are not gonna get any of that, we shall just go down and see what's actually happening. Now I do know that we are, well, we kind of heard his name already. Yes, Lick is down in the mine. He is the last survivor of the clan that once was here. And as you can clearly tell from the way they built the mine, they weren't the smartest dwarves under the sun. Most because they kind of built the mine on a fucking lake. Hello, I'm so cold. I think I have some sort of disease. Alex, I've hurt so much and my chest feels like it's going to explode. I'm useless. Please put me out of my misery. Please. You're not kill us. Sorry. I mean, quite literally you're not. We do have healing magic though. Technically speaking, we can probably do something for you.
Get me out of this hellhole.
I mean, you know. I do like it that well, back in the day games were a lot more direct with such things, and they would quite often just allow you to be murderous. Although, even back then, clearly you were meant to play the game as a hero and not a villain, so to say, you know. You should be pretty obvious, otherwise your main story is not going to make much sense. Although Baldur's Gate kinda allows for the that you can technically hunt for your arch nemesis for, well, technically very personal reasons. You can go for revenge and stuff like that. Which is, technically speaking, not a good motivation. You're not doing it to stop his evil, you're doing it out of the simple reason that he pissed you off and you want to murder him. You can play like that, roleplay-wise, but basically you wouldn't do any side quests then now, would you? Because I am the big evil. Why the fuck would I help some poor farmer with his sick cows, disappeared cows? You know, wouldn't make much sense. I think starting with this level we will actually encounter once again traps and stuff like that. We should be a bit more careful and quick save often. Yes, of course, lots of guards. Guards and small spaces, that is really not good for us. Because as you can see, if my little bowmans and slingers are staying in the back, as they should, they can kinda block off the way sometimes and making sure that your little melee dudes can't even get close. Bit of a pain in the ass, that. Then again, could be so much worse. Now, for the moment, we shall go straight.
What? Fine.
Yeah, better. Seems like I will not allow you. Oh, I am going to assume that all of this here is actually nothing else than just the finished and collected iron. Hey, you're those adventurers, I give up. Please don't hurt me. I promise I won't scream. I don't want to die. Oh, please, let me live. Just don't kill me. Are you gonna let me live? Are you? Huh? Jesus Christ, man. You really have a way to get people to murder you. Sure, we'll let you live. Just tell us everything we want to know. I'll tell you everything. My boss, everyone. He's on the 4th level. He's the head honcho. Are you gonna let me live? Yes, now get the hell out of here. I mean, if he doesn't want to fight, if he doesn't raise his weapon against me, I don't really feel the need to murder them. Oh yeah, secret door.
gone.
See, the good thing is,
Yes, a simple matter.
your rooks, especially back in the day, had lots of really important jobs, including but not limited to just doing stuff like this. I think that is a very important part of their job. No, I think, yeah, there's a ghast. I think it is actually not the only one, there's actually more than one. Which is why I'm sending my melee people force. There's the first line, basically.
Your life shall be mine.
I think we have this level, and then there is one more level where the head honcho, I see it being so nicely called, will be. But I think actually Yeslik is on this level, if memory serves.
You're a queer fellow. I'm gone.
What is it?
What you want? This way.
What? Such menial tasks.
Yes, here he is. That is Yeslik. He's gonna be on your teammate. You there, wait! Tell me I'm right. Aren't you the mercenaries who've been causing the Iron Throne so much trouble? Yes, indeed, we are. How did you come by this information? You look to be one of the throne's slaves. Good. My name is Rid, the one we are looking for. I'm the de facto leader of the slaves here beneath the Cloakwood. I heard about you because I'm always careful to listen to what the Black Talents talk about. Seems that the Iron Throne has placed a large price on the head of someone named Playchan, which is myself. Haha. Would be you, I assume. Enough introductions, we don't have much time. I need 100 gold. Captain of the Black Talents on the first floor is not known for his loyalty to the throne. Give me the money, I'm sure I could bribe him to look the other way while I escape with the rest of the slaves. After all, most of the talents are going to be preoccupied with you. Well, how about it? Take all the gold you need and get yourself on the others away from here as soon as possible. Thank you so much. Wish you will, and I hope that you can bring an end to this sinking operation. We will. Actually, now I will actually have to look up here. My reputation is like... Where did you write my reputation? Average 11. We kinda need to watch out, because I technically speaking have an evil party member who is not gonna be very happy if I become too good. And of course, rescuing the slaves from
Menial tasks.
the fate of drowning in the fucking mine is considered a very good act. For some bloody reason.
Aye, who's there now?
You, fine sight you are.
Smithing? Or did ye burrow into another river?
Whoever you are. Sick to death of bandits I am. I have been coped up the longest time. If you have a spare mace, I'd gladly swing it for your cause. New things cleric-wise as well. Which mind as well as muscle. By Clan Gellin. Chance to right past wrongs. Can I join you? All help is welcome. We've much to overcome. Yet you have, and none which know better than I. This is my mine that the blasted Iron Throne has stolen. Well, they were my clan's home 125 years ago. Cursed me for a fool, I trusted them. Years ago, the blasted Railjar gave me a good trade, smithing for the throne. Then I go and tell him about my old home, about how my clan had the richest iron mine on any coast, how most all were killed when we breached the riverbank. Lost most my kin in that flood. Those of us that survived couldn't bear to go back down. It was a giant watery tomb. We let it away. We stood. So I go and tell this my friend, Realtor, and he has me chained up. Georges the location out of me. And now this graveyard feeds the Iron Throne as they bleed the coast dry. Want to cripple their plans? Let me flood this accursed mine once more. They plug the breach. Knowing hands can lose the flow. Can drown these black-hearted rats in the very mine they've stolen. Here be the way.
You need something?
Now you are a great. A fighter cleric. That is what I needed to know. You like warhammers and slings, which is very good because that's basically all you need, honestly. Then we give you... Actually, wait a second. Is this a... I'm gonna lean out of a window here and hope that I'm right. But warhammers are one-handed, aren't they? I always get confused with that. Warhammer maces. I think Bronwyn uses warhammers too, and those are definitively one-handed. Yes, I'm somewhat assured. Enslaved miner. The miner. Iron some guards. Dwarf Yeslik. I guess you're technically bound to this quest, and...
Is it?
Oh, the problem is I have now a team member who is incapable of doing much because he has no equipment and nothing going on for him. Bit of a problem, that one, as you can somewhat imagine. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put Yeslik somewhere here in the back and go with the rest of my team to explore this level. Then when we are finished with this level, we're gonna go out and, well, technically we didn't have a choice. We can, technically speaking, take both with us. Baldur and Yeslik do both have an interest in getting rid of this, but
Otarian, as you will.
my interest in using both of them is not that overly much. I don't know.
You need only
He's a cleric warrior. He is okay-ish at what he's doing. He's basically, you know, what makes back. Honestly, he's just not special. And his character is basically general dwarven. So there's not that much. Baldur is just horribly set up stat-wise. Which is the main reason why I don't like to use her. Apart from that, she's your typical shadow. Your typical shadow druid. Which means she hates everything that is civilized and everything that could potentially threaten nature. That means as long as you want to have Yahira in your party, you are very well off not using her. Imoen. You know, I would really like it if you could find the trap. Why wasn't that activated, game?
I must rest.
I'm gone. What? Such menial tasks. Huh, I've done had enough of this.
Now,
Yes,
I think
fine.
that should be
I must rest.
enough, so we can probably go forward.
Nature's servant
Jacques.
awaits.
If none are better,
What is it?
you have need of me?
We somewhat have need of you.
Now, now.
What you want?
Da, da, da.
What?
Nice. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Not in this.
Now the very last thing you want is fighting a mage that you cannot reach most of the time because pain in the ass. And that is one of the reasons why that is the case. As you just seen,
What?
this idiot murdered all of us. As in all of us. As in himself too.
Such menial tasks.
No, 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 no. You fucking idiots. Please tell me you only gotten one of the guards.
Rest.
Oh, my heart's really not in this.
Well, if you only manage to get a few of the guards, that would be ideal. Actually, are you rested? You're not rested, of course.
Yes.
Otherwise you would have some spells that I could use. That would be useful.
A simple matter.
You know what? Maybe, just maybe, I can actually use this to my advantage and actually pull them to me. One by one.
What? Such menial tasks.
If none are better,
Jacques now, Natha.
Huh, I'm gone. Yes?
Now, let's actually try
Fine.
this.
What is it?
Because if we can reduce the number of people that can protect the mage, then the mage will find itself very much having a bit of a problem.
Blade will cut you down to size.
Knights now, Natha.
Nate, as you direct.
What you want? What? A simple matter.
Shit.
Yes?
Araishan, you are supposed to be dead. Believe you me. You need to die. Phew.
Fine.
That always been my point. Just because they aren't as deadly as they could potentially be, if given, you know, what they can become, About all the way up to Baldur's Gate 2 and Throne of Baal and stuff.
What? Fine.
Well, if you want to shoot me, come over here. Also, why? Why is it always the same?
Yes?
Whenever I play,
Such menial
that's just when I get fucking messaged, isn't it? Why though?
What is it? Such menial tasks.
Oh, then there are only guards left. Normal guards.
As you direct.
What?
You have need of me?
Ulf now Natha.
Yep. My blade will cut you down to size.
Now, if you could not be an idiot about it, that would be
Yes.
much, much appreciated. And with idiot, I mean an idiotic enough person to go into fucking melee.
Is it? What?
You're using a fucking
Can I help?
Your life should be mine. I care not.
sling of all things.
Yes? You're a queer fellow.
Phew, I will point out, slings are actually very, very, very deadly weapons. Have always been, will always be. I mean, imagine getting a rock, a small little rock even, at high velocity against your head is probably going to hurt like a fucking bitch. And that is putting it very, very mildly still. Out of sheer interest, I'm going to ask the question here. Is this actually the last level? Am I just an idiot who thinks that there's more? No, there's more. There's one more level. Pretty damn sure of that much, at least.
A simple matter.
I also
Yes,
think that down there is
such
a
menial tasks.
few more people, if memory serves. Click.
Bother and bother.
Get a
never
bunch of happy
helps.
gatherers, aren't you? Ain't the time for chits or chats, so move along.
What you want?
Then you should make some time for chits and chats, because for fuck's sake, I could do some horrible things to you, Moomin.
I am gone. What is it? Such menial tasks.
Oh dear.
What? Fine.
Let's go forward and see if we can get a few guards that wish to be pulled up
Yes.
and out of range of their comrades. And then we're gonna end up with, oh yeah, I remember that particular boss fight. That is gonna be annoying as fuck. It's basically an area full of traps and boss enemy that has a tendency to teleport around, which makes you
What is
obviously
such
run through
menial
all the
tasks?
bloody traps. Which is, you know, just a bit of a pain in the ass. Can you force it? Yes, you can.
What?
Now then, this is the way down to the last level then. I think we shall try to deal with most of the last level before we encounter the boss, and then we're gonna think about how we actually do this. I can potentially try and do it with 5 people,
You've a task?
though that is not gonna be feeling very nice. Let's see, you're gonna level up as a fighter again, aren't you? Yes, you are. Pretty good with your club, pretty good with your sling. Honestly, sword and shield style is what's coming your way, I will say. Now, inventory wise, not a bad idea to get that reflect there. That would potentially go here, and technically you should be taking care of the arrows, but you are kind of getting full there. Well, poor little yes Lake, you have practically nothing to offer here.
Yes?
Oh, I could rest, but I
Fine.
think that I'm gonna do that on the way out again.
What is it?
You have need of me? Oh, I was really not
Yep.
in this.
Whatever you need. And then we'll
I care not.
Yes, like, stay still and do nothing, please. That is not good. I can see...
I'm gone.
I can see poison.
Nature's servant awaits.
Yes?
You're a queer fellow.
You need only
No, my heart's really not in this.
Great.
A simple matter.
For some reason my people have
Your
decided to
omnipresent
run away.
authority figure.
That is the definition of not good. Let me say it like this.
Such menial tasks. What?
Can I help you? You have need of me?
you need
Oh, my heart's really not in this.
Now then, murder the guards, please. Murder them fast.
Can I help you?
You're a queer fellow.
You have need of me?
Somewhat, yes.
What you want?
Go in there and help.
Oh, my heart's really not in this.
Because Hobgoblin elites actually have poison arrows, which is a pain in the ass. Because, as I said before, poison. Yeah.
Can I help you?
Amongst the many pains in the ass that you can encounter, poison is most definitively one of the more potentially deadly ones.
Heart's really not in this.
Yes. A simple matter.
But it also means that you can potentially find some nice arrows off of them. And now you can
whatever you need.
quite literally stay there because I have no need
Fine.
of using you as you are unarmed, unequipped, and generally speaking, don't have anything in my inventory to help with that.
I should have joined the army.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. What are you doing in my room? You're not supposed to be here. I'm not in your room.
My heart's really not in this.
I will be in your room now. I mean, now you're dead. You're not gonna care much.
Yep. This way.
Okay, would
I
it?
care not. This way.
Ah, okay, so if I put the party AI to on, then at least that is automatically activated. Yeah, it's kind of useful. Because obviously you usually would want to have that on all the bloody fucking time. See, no, of course he's far too far away.
What? Fine.
Now I do know the problems with party AIs, because then they want to use their standard behaviors for most situations, and that is usually not working out too well.
Forward march! Forward march!
What is it? My blade will cut down to
Heart's
size.
really not in this.
Forward march! Forward march!
Also, the fact that they just run away, that could also be a problem. Mostly because they could be encountering good old Yerslik.
I've done had enough of this.
And that is not the most nice encounter you can imagine. You kinda wanna get rid of a few of those for a moment. Just have enough inventory space, you know.
What?
Yeah, I'm sure he's gonna come back at some point. I don't think you're gonna feel much good about yourselves. I'm sorry to say.
Yes.
Little top
Fine.
tier blins. In fact, I would go so far as to say that you're gonna feel like shit. Which kind of reminds me that tomorrow, this morning, yes, in this morrow, I did kind of saw something interesting on the good old Steam,
Yep.
didn't I? I saw the Troy game.
I'm gone.
Honestly, first reaction, while zipping on my little coffee was meh. That's that one they had the exclusive on the, what's it called, something game store? The other game store? I don't know. And I do kind of remember seeing a few videos about it. I was like, doesn't really look that interesting. Also, the area doesn't, yeah, the general time doesn't really interest me that much. I mean, it's basically the Troy saga that is pretty much Bronze Age with all that implies. Honestly, there wasn't that much in the way of variants. I mean, they have some mythic mode there. That kind of makes it maybe a bit more interesting, but
I care not this way.
honestly, they have kind of fucked it up with Warhammer already, the whole mystic thing. So I'm not really feeling the need, honestly, overly much to get involved in that. Also, it seems that they are already starting a very horrible price and DLC policy with that one, so kinda doesn't feel like I wanna get involved them.
Yes, such menial tasks.
Maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. I mean, I could try to be a real scum about it and just, you know, buy it with the clear intention of giving it back after an hour or so. Honestly, I'm not much a fan of that. Sure, you can do that. It's an option.
What is it?
But I don't like to have that as my intention. It kinda seems, you know, a bit,
You need something.
bit scummy.
Armageddon's will be done.
Fine.
Just a little bit, though. Then again, you know, you could then argue that the other side also had scummy intentions from the very start, which, honestly, at this point in time, I can't even argue much against. And I think one of these rooms actually has mages in it. Which means that you should be very careful to not piss them off. If you're not prepared.
Yes, fine.
Yep, there she is. Now, what we want is her to come out of there.
None are better.
What is it? A simple matter.
The fact that that works through the wall is amazing.
Such menial tasks.
Also amazingly annoying. Yeah, that is the kind of spell that you really don't want to use usually. Because in a small room like this is going to have as much of a chance of hitting your people than, you know, the enemies. I mean, you get it, the party is really not wrong with what it's doing here.
Fine.
Then again, I also don't want to say that they're absolutely right. As usual, all the stuff I'm planning on selling, I'm gonna give to him as long as I can. And then collecting all the gold. Feeling very much happy about myself. Ah, but yes, mages. Mages are a pain, even in the lower level area. Because they're not nearly as much of a pain in the ass as they will become later on. Oh boy. Now, if memory serves, down here somewhere is where Devon sits. Or is there actually another layer and I'm just confusing? No, I think this is this level, because then there should actually be some crazy person somewhere here. Crazy ogre mage.
What? Fine.
Can I can? But
What
try.
Airman didn't will be
Not
done.
may darkness prevail.
Oh, I also kinda overloaded you, didn't I? Give that to the wifey.
I can, but try.
Callus nah.
Now, the problem is, if I let this activate, it's actually gonna use their spells. Which you would assume is not a bad thing, but then again, we have a limited amount of spells, and
What
I don't
is
really
it?
want to waste it on
Fine.
every bloody encounter.
You're a queer this way.
If you get what I mean. Ah, 3 XP for opening a lock. Always nice. And the inventory is full. That is not good. I really would like to get myself at least a nice little sack for gems or something. Yeah, it would be helpful. I don't think I'm gonna just randomly find one, so you know, all complaining aside, what can you do? It's also one of the reasons I'm thinking that we might potentially should go out of the mine again. I don't get me wrong, I could actually use one of the... could use a bit of this equipment on good little Yeslik here. Because he's standing around a bit naked and that is not good. I don't think I'm gonna find a Warhammer specifically for him. Ah, oh, a sling for that matter. Maybe spin mail is not bad. Maybe something a bit more heavy.
Tis something most unnatural here, and I want no part of it.
Most unnatural. You say. Battle axe, halberd, and throwing axe. I don't think that's gonna count as a Warhammer, no, is it? I mean, it would be fitting. Shield. And since we have nothing else we can offer you, you should... Yeah, right, can't even use that. Well, fuck. You are quite literally screwed, because you are kind of what you are, a fucking cleric, of course. Yeah, that sucks, man. Really sucks ass.
Fine.
And whenever you hear flies going around, well, you can either assume cows, or you can assume a bunch of dead bodies. And since we only hear the flies here, let's just say assume dead bodies in there.
Yes? Fine. What is it? Such menial tasks.
Oh, have you come to look at my handiwork? Rather impressive, ain't it? The guy to the left of me screamed quite a while before he finally expired. You disgusting animal, unlike the pathetic slave that you've taught us. We can fight back. Take your best shot.
Your life.
In case you think we wouldn't, we will. Quite literally do that. Yeah! Boop. Now then, little colleague, I can see that you're confused. Please don't be all of that confused anymore.
Oh, my heart's really not in this.
I can see as much.
A simple matter.
But yeah, one of the most beloved spells of every mage that ever has an Aspen is, of course, invisibility. Such a real pain in the ass to deal with, too.
I hate them flaming fist pansies.
There's a reason for you being here. I'd better have a good explanation for bothering me. We're here on special business from Baldur's Gate. Can I talk to you again? Kinda not, eh? Yeah, we found ourselves a bit of a forge. Apparently the guard does not care that we outright stand here and murder some of his people. Quite the nice fellow, isn't he? Understanding of a fellow is he. And I think this is where the nonsense is going to happen, if memory serves. So we still have a bit of room to explore, which I find very pleasing, of course. Yeah, I don't really care much about you people. My fear is reasonably
Your life shall be mine.
reasonably not high. Quite literally.
What is it? Fine.
Oops. That definitely was not what I wanted to pick up. Yeah, we're definitely running out of space here.
What? A simple matter.
Oh shit. Another way down. That is not good. That means that I was right with one of my initial guesses that there actually is another level. Good thing is that means we can explore the rest of here relatively peacefully, I'm supposing, and then we can go down. Yay. There seems to be a pit here. Have you built yourself a nice little sacrificial pit here? Is that it? I mean, to each their own and whatnot, but good. We need the people in front who are actually gonna be melee. Because what he who has the sword, big sword and the shield shall go in front. A very reasonable thing to do, I would say. And with that, I think we have actually done pretty well with this level.
I can take Drizzt with both my arms tied behind my back.
I'm here to pay homage to Dread Lord. Yes? By the Black Hand of Bane, by the Knife of Baal, by the Black Sun. That's probably Cyric, isn't it? Good, you may proceed. I am not dumb, I know how this story goes. Well, also because, well, Cyric is probably the most obvious evil lord to come across in this scenario. Honestly, we might potentially go for Baal if it's a very early date before the time of strife where the gods had to walk the earth. Yes, potentially, but apart from that, you know. And the containers for. Great story, bro. Now we need to take care of that too. Yeah, that's important. Also, the guy really doesn't take any offense to me stealing their drinking stuff and stuff. Because apparently he's totally okay with that. No. Do you have any more drinks? No. Do you? No. You. Is required.
Yes?
And I think that is everything on this level now. The main problem with traveling is that we are probably going to be way late quite a few times along the way. Which I don't find all that pleasing, mind you. Now, since there's technically only one level left, I don't need a boss fight. I might actually want to bring Baldur along, just so I can, you know, go like, yes, you were there when I fulfilled your quest. Do not come to me to complain. Also, I just realized that I kind of missed an area there. Which probably means there's not going to be much there, but alas, we shall explore it.
I'll do my best.
Khalid running around, the coward running around. He has a bit of a morale problem with his morale. Quite literally, it's breaking often. Would be a genuinely good tank if not for that, but then again, that is actually a good thing. He is a flawed character, but not unplayably flawed. I guess technically speaking, not even Feldon would be technically flawed, although she is
Gather your party before
set up in the worst possible way for her class and stuff, which, you know, bit of a pain.
Fine.
Bit of a pain in the ass. Now, out we go. Back to the nice little friendly arm. Then, how are we gonna do this? We're gonna sell some shit. I'm going to sell some of the scrolls that I've collected too. Okay, so first we sell, then we identify, then we sell again, then we equip Yeslik.
Such menial
We...
tasks.
Who can I actually leave behind? I would potentially like to leave Vicky behind then, because we now have like 3 cleric-ish characters. A little bit much. Only if she doesn't run away though, because she has to wait for me. Which is a bit of a problem, mind you. Some characters have a tendency to run away when you kick them out of the group. But then I could take Feldon with me, which means we still have a lot more clerical thingies than we might want to have, but can't really do much about that. Okay, actually, let me make a save game and see if we can...
Fine.
you have been waylaid by enemies and must defend yourself.
Such menial tasks. Fine.
See, sometimes you can. Technically speaking, since it's somewhat random, you can technically save and reload all the time until you get through without getting accosted. And honestly, you probably can surely go by the fact that there's a limit in how far and how much you can level up in. Well, let's get one. It says a level cap. And you can potentially reach that just by using most of the story quests. I think should be enough. I never really played like this, so I can't really tell you that is going to work out well. It is, however, an option.
My inn is open to all who behave themselves.
Okay, let me send some of my nonsense to you before we start Of course, we need to identify most of those things so we can actually get good money out of them. Although, technically speaking, in some cases you actually get less money out of them than the identifying process costs. I could potentially actually identify them myself, but honestly, I usually can't be asked. Now, as for Earslate, you will need a warhammer. I mean, it seems to be one-handed. A sling and like no. Okay, let's give all of the identifying stuff to him. It's not perfect, because he's still rather unequipped, honestly, but better than nothing, I'd say. Oh, so you are overloaded, aren't you? Yes. Oh, then let's see what sort of nonsense we have in here. Okay, we have like 5 times grease in there. That can kinda explain why we have so much in the way of problems. Here we have lots of letters. Actually, have 2 times cloud kill. Interesting. Stone to flesh. Ah, that can stay. That is actually this visual scroll. Protection from undead, protection from magic. Those are pretty useful, although really overkill most of the time. Don't need them all that often. Now then, those are to identify, those are for sale.
It's been dreadful slow business lately.
Ah, I know that feeling at least. Now let us identify all of the nice things we found and see if we actually want to use any of that.
You must gather your party before venturing forth. You must gather your party
Can
before
I
venturing
help you?
forth.
I mean, he can still move, so I don't really feel the need to
Fine.
help him, mind you. Now taking the boss fight with 2 members that are not
Guide your eye on your travels.
really up for it. That's gonna be interesting. I mean, it's gonna be a nice challenge. You know what, yeah, I identify that for me. What do we have? Protection from X. Then we have the Cursed Scroll. Cursed Scrolls are worth nothing. And since you're gonna be a bench member, I'm sure I'll give you a lot of the ropes already. I see, you would actually enjoy that, eh? Interesting, interesting. The Paws of Cheetah. Doubles movement rate. Now, while that might sound very, very useful, also means that you have one member who's gonna run in front of everyone like fucking fast, but everybody else can't keep up. Yes, we're talking about that sort of nonsense precisely. No, technically speaking, I think the only one who actually buys those is the guy in Nashville, if memory serves.
A simple matter.
But you should have, yes,
Yes, fine.
more than enough strength to actually carry that. Good.
A simple matter.
Now then, next problem on the list. Baldur. Yes, no, maybe. Which also means I would have to fight with only 4 members.
Open to all who behave themselves.
Now, technically speaking, if I can get a good hit off or 2, not a problem. If not, though, I am kinda screwed.
What are you need?
Let's see. You are... you can animate that. Cure me to move the spell magic. Technically, the spell magic would be very good against a mage, potentially. Resistance to spell against the benefits of a bless spell. Maybe there some actually have more hit points than a current maximum. Oh, that's nice. Changes around a bit. Yes, you have remove fear. It is good. I mean, only for one singular person that is good, but that person is probably going to be very happy about it.
You must gather your party
What
before
is it?
venturing forth.
Such menial tasks. Such menial tasks.
Now, we shall find out if we can actually get Vicky to stay and be nice for once, which is something she hates like the plague. That the alternative would be going like, I mean, I could set Imoen down, which means I lose my thief. Which is a problem.
Jalcales, may darkness
What?
prevail.
Such menial tasks.
Gorion will be
Mixing
proud of your
gives
actions.
me power.
The row were meant to be raised, but take care of yourself, alright? Are you running away? No, you're standing in position.
Ulza,
Fast cross to pass yet again. Okay. Let's reload that and actually make a save game out of that, just in case. Very nice. going like this, and then going like reform party, Vicky, go away, bam, boom, boom.
This is my clan was.
What?
long
Fine.
ago.
Then we go like, hey Falderon, I know you hate being in a group of these
Nature
people.
is all. I am.
Now, dealing with things like this is a pain in the ass, of course, but in this case it is one pain in the ass I'm willing to actually take upon myself. Weapon-wise, club, dart, sling, so basically nothing. We need to give you a basic set of
None are better.
equipment, which means we need to go back in again and give you basic equipment.
Yes? Such menial tasks.
I was like, why are you only 5? Yes, because somebody wasn't selected. That is of course the case. Now that we will give Falden, and hopefully Falden will actually keep her feet still, just like Yahira, for the duration of the move. One can only hope.
You must gather your
Because
party
let's just say
before
I damn well am aware that Falden has a bit of a personal problem with Yahira, and vice versa too. There's a bit of a problem. Oh, you like clubs, just like... Basically, you're just like Yahira, and Yahira is probably not gonna like hearing that.
My inn is open to all who behave themselves.
I think you already have a club, and that is not gonna break. That's the good thing, actually. I think, however, we're gonna have a problem. Because you are not having any more of those nice little slings. Yes, of course you don't. Ah, for fuck's sake. Now that is gonna make this a pain in the ass. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What?
Now then, we have our merry little, very much so together bind. Oh boy.
you must gather your party before
This is gonna be fun.
A simple matter.
Not this way, at least nobody can really complain, because everybody is getting what they want. Faldorn can take care of the Iron Throne that is pissing off nature and the Clockwood. Yes, we can get his revenge for his clan getting murdered. Yeah, well, not technically his clan getting murdered, but more like him getting tortured and having to reuse his clan's tomb to basically further the Iron Throne's gains. Now then, let's save the game.
you have been waylaid by enemies
Such
and must
menial
defend
tasks.
yourself.
No, I have not.
You have been waylaid
No,
by
I have not.
enemies and
A
must
simple
defend
matter.
yourself. You have been waylaid by enemies
Fine.
and must defend yourself. You have been waylaid by enemies
A
and
simple
must
matter.
defend yourself. You have been waylaid by enemies and must
Such
defend
mean-
I
yourself.
will get there.
You have been waylaid by enemies
simple
and
matter.
must defend yourself. You have been waylaid by enemies and must defend
Fine.
yourself. You have been waylaid by enemies
A simple
and must
matter.
defend yourself. You have been waylaid
Can you at
by
least give me
enemies
something that is
Fine.
not poisoning me?
You have been waylaid by enemies
Such
and
menial
must defend
tasks.
yourself. You have been waylaid by enemies
A
and
simple
must
matter.
defend yourself. You have been waylaid
I mean,
by
the funny thing is, it is potentially
You have been waylaid
doable
by
to
enemies
simple
go
matter.
there without getting waylaid.
You have been waylaid by enemies
menial
and must
tasks.
defend you. You have been waylaid by enemies and must defend
What?
yourself.
I'm gonna regret fighting this,
Can
aren't
I
I?
help you?
You need something?
Your life shall be mine. Yes?
Nature's servant awaits.
What is it?
Yes, oh omnipresent authority figure.
What? Fine.
Well, regret is a thing.
Such menial tasks.
Soon will beggar myself if you merely wish to stroll about with no purpose. We must float the mind to dampen the plans. See? That is what I'm meaning. Yes, is like, I am on a time limit here. If you don't want to do this job, I'm going to fuck off and never come back. Then he's quite literally going to be a pain in the ass about it. That is basically, I don't know if it's his first or second warning, but yeah, let's just say it's a nice reminder that you should get your ass in gear and get things done. Fast. Now what Yeslik might have kind of misunderstood is that we are on our way to doing just that. We just had to pick up another one who also would like to see the Iron Swan go down, and after that I will never use you two again.
Fine.
Because
A simple matter.
Yeslik is a bit of a pain because he's just too much of a generic fucking
A
dwarf.
simple matter.
Felden is just a horrible stat mess. I don't know whoever considered that to be a reasonable character, but that's just how she is. Alas, we cannot change that.
All of nature's children
You
must
must
rest
gather your
sometime.
party before venturing forth.
Such menial tasks.
Now then, through this level again, to the next level, and then we end up on the lowest level, which is precisely where we want to be. Now, question I have is, can I rest one more time without getting Yeslik to get overly pissed off?
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
A
Because I
simple
would very
matter.
much like to do that.
Oh, my heart's really not in this.
For the fallen!
Always great. And nothing but a respawning enemy. To really hammer home set points. Let's just hope that that was the only enemies that have respawned, because otherwise we are going to run smack dab into a bit of a problem. Ah, looks good so far.
My blade will cut you
Well,
down
of
to
course,
size.
the last room has going to have some enemies.
Nature, I will do that. You've a task?
Yes? Such menial
Nope,
tasks.
taking care of that. Again, mind you. Let's save the game. And apparently Yeslik is not yet getting completely pissed off. Good.
Such menial tasks.
The bunch of you better have a good reason for being here. We want to see the master of the mine. And he doesn't like unexpected guests.
I'm with us.
What is it?
You, of course.
No, Faldon. Please do yourself a favor and stay back. I think I should give you a fucking bow if I...
A simple matter. Yes? Fine.
Now then, I need to remember how this works. I think...
Mother Earth. I would plug it had I the power.
think this is gonna be a pain in my ass, isn't it? Yes, yes it will be. As such, we shall make mighty many quick save. Oh yeah. Also because of...
What you want?
yeah.
I am gone.
Now then.
So,
Shit.
stomping adventurers have found their way down to my lair.
Now the way I remember this is that Devon actually likes to teleport around all of these rooms. Makes it somewhat useful to run around. Like this and find all the traps. Because believe you me, that guy has a lot of traps. Or ideally, you would set things up in a way that you can spread out, basically.
Yep. This way.
Game's like, let me pause for you. I've seen you spotted an enemy. I'm like, yes. Now, interestingly enough, if I were to sit here and wait for long enough, then at some point, technically speaking, his spell should run out. If the game is unpaused. Which means all of those nice protections he has there. And this is what he does, what he dash like to do.
You need, so be glad to.
Nature.
What area need? As you will. Against will be done.
What is such menial tasks?
As you can see, he likes to use his teleportation spell, very much so.
Against will be done.
What?
Oh, my heart's really not in this.
Now, he's using his teleportation spell. He's trying to use his teleportation spell.
You was
It is of course not working that well because we are attacking him. Which could mean that this could be the end potentially. I mean, we kind of lost yes, let's help there for a while. But that's not going to be much of a problem, mind you. Come on, murder him. I believe in you. I believe in you.
Yes?
Oh,
You
my
have dealt a
heart's
great
really
blow
not
to
in
the
this.
organization known as the Iron Throne. A defeat that you are certain will not be ignored. Now you must travel to the great city of Baldur's Gate, where you are certain to find the truth behind the strange plot that plagues the citizens of the Sword Coast.
Game's like, well, I just wanted to tell you that you've done it. Oh, thank you, game. I know. And with that, we have dealt with this particular nonsense. God bless it, because oh boy,
Fine.
that was pain. He had a lot of stuff in his inventory. I'm not too pleased with this. Letter. Everyone, I've received your request for extra slaves. They will be sent as soon as possible. Events go well in Baldur's Gate. We have purchased one of the western noble estates to use as our base of operation. It is an ancient building, most likely constructed before the erection of the second wall. Its construction makes it very defensible against those who would thief, and remember to ask Jeslik if he enjoys his new accommodations. Devon, as you've probably heard, the iron poison has begun to take effect around the coast. The majority of iron imports being disrupted by Tazok, almost all of it comes from the tainted source in Ashkel. The Sicilian uprising in has ensured that no forces from the nation will be able to take action against our mercenary forces. However, the Flaming Fist has caught several of the Black Talon mercenaries. All of those captures have claimed allegiance with the Zentarim and have thus shifted any suspicion away from the Iron Throne. I sent Franzik to work with the mercenaries in transporting the iron to your base in Cloakwood. They brought several bags of holding so that he, alone, would make trips into Cloakwood. They were lessening the chance the Flaming Fist trackers might find your stronghold. Smart move using bags of clothing, actually. Devon, our plans go smoothly. Sarevok has arrived from our headquarters in Ordulin. He brings news from our superiors. They are pleased with our progress so far. Plan to place Sarevok as the commander of our mercenary forces in the region. He already sent his subordinate, Tazok, to the Wood of Sharp Teeth to make command of the forces located there. Things go apace here in Baldur's Gate. We have placed the first agent among the ranks of the Seven Suns trading coaster. But Riota has been pretty busy being a little asshole about things, I suppose. Now, let us order things. But yes, the plot. The plot thickens, isn't it? Slowly but surely. Now, since we now have done all of that, it's time for
You're this way.
a little sieve to shine. Stealing all the stuff. Stefan. I found another one, a mage. And if memory serves, he's not going to attack me outright. Which does not really mean much.
Yes?
Everybody,
Fine.
come in here. And make sure you're ready and prepared.
What is it? Fine.
You killed everyone! Oh please don't kill me! Please! Oh please, oh please! I'm just his apprentice. I swear, I don't know anything. Okay, I know a little, but I was only a student. Honest, I can help you. I can give you information. Ask me something. Go on, ask me anything. Who are you? What was your role here? I told you, I'm just Steven's apprentice. I studied under him, and that's it. I don't know anything about anything. What was the purpose of this installation? The mine. I think they were going to try to look like the savior of the day, running with their stores of iron to equip the troops or something like that. The bandit raids and the rumors about the Iron Throne figured that the Dukes of Baldur's Gate would think they needed arms and ore quickly in case of an Amnian attack. They figured they could go get exorbitant prices, or better yet, sanction against competitioners, easing of trade laws for themselves only. Quick way to install themselves as an underground power on the coast. That's all I know about it, I swear. The Iron Shortage, who's behind it? Who's behind it? Well, the Iron Throne, I guess. Devon run this place for the regional bosses in Baldur's Gate. They used some strange potion to taint iron already stored, used Malahide to keep new ore from being mined, and had the bandits raid any incoming trading caravans. It doesn't take long for perceived shortages to embellish real threats. You know all of this, if you are the one who killed Malahide. Can I go now? Who was Devon's superior? Who really gives the orders around here? I don't know, I swear it. All I can say is that the regional leaders of the Iron Throne placed Devon here. There are 3 of them, I think. I don't know their names. Devon was getting orders from someone else too. He complained about it a lot, but he never said a name or anything to me. Honest. The main building for the Iron Throne is in Baldur's Gate. Somewhere to the southwest of the city. But I've never been there. I tell you true. Can I please go? Get off my side, weakling. Thank you, thank you. I promise not to get involved with people like this again. But how good the fringe benefits are. Yes, ma'am. I'm reasonably sure I will be careful from now on.
What?
I'm reasonably sure, you say.
Such menial tasks.
Well. Let's just hope I'm not gonna regret my decision here.
My
a mustard
blade
jelly.
will cut you down to size.
Deal with it, please.
What you want? I've done had enough.
Cheep, 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 cheep. Ooh, that's a nice amount of money right there. Would truly be a shame if somebody were to steal it, eh? Right now you also have the bag of potion holding, don't you? Da-di-da-di-da-di-da. Put all the things inside. That would be nice.
Yes?
Now then, since we have now
Fine.
gotten everything and we already freed the slave, or well, gave him the order to run away, where precisely does this one lead?
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Oh shit,
I'll do my best.
it's this again.
As you will. If none are better,
And whenever that happens, you kinda have a problem.
I can but try.
Yes,
You
oh
have need of me?
omnipresent
If none are
authority
better.
figure.
Yes, characters can get actually stuck inside them companions.
Such menial
Bit of a
tasks.
problem that one, but alas, could be worse. Now let's get over here and flood a mine, and hope that the game realizes that I actually told the slaves to run away fast, because otherwise we would be murdering quite a few people. Innocent people in this case. I have no problem with murder, as long as it hits the right people, mind you. Just not, you know. Reason to be an asshole. Later again, I see that you have the key. Must have been a bloody battle with the master. You must be tough ones to have lived through it. Alright then, give the key and let's be done with this. Oh, one more thing. You did talk to Will, didn't you? So that a lot of slaves could get out of here alive. Who cares about the other slaves? Yes, we talked to Will. You don't have to worry about your friends. They'll be safe. Here's the key. Now let's do it. Well, then I guess that's it then. As soon as I open the plug, we're going to have to run for our lives, because otherwise we'll be washed away like the Orosair dwarfs. Ready then? Here we go! Well, that was something. That's one way to restore things to their original. You saved us! Yay! The rest of us have fled to the north toward Baldur's Gate, but they elected to stay. So as to thank you all of you about your heroics. Oh yeah, who knows how long we've been working that horrible mine. Just that we didn't end up in the watery grave down there, like the rest of the Iron Throne mercenaries.
Good on you if you saved the day.
I know.
What?
We do good. Tis as my clan was long ago.
Now, I think with that we can safely say that we have taken care of all of this nonsense.
Proud of your actions.
That means Faldon and Yeslik should be very much happy. I mean, technically speaking, Faldon I don't think actually has a quest in any way, shape or form. But Yeslik is kind of involved in the flooding quest, which means, as you kind of saw, he gets nervous when you don't do it in a timely fashion, the whole flooding of the mine part. But now that that is out of the way, we have two companions who are now quite literally in a position where they can just sit around and do nothing. Which is precisely what I would like to make them do now. Container's full again. Yay. Really need to take care of all of the letters inside there at some point. Greens, I'm going to give you, my little one, also some of the equipment that we then have identified. Let us set it up then. Make it look nice, basically. That is the plan, so to speak. Okay, now we come to the part that is once again a pain in the ass, namely having to travel back.
You have been waylaid by enemies and must defend
Yes?
yourself.
Yeah, we're not talking about small enemies, mind you. We're talking about fucking giants.
Yep. This way.
Wyverns in this case. Yeah, that's really not something that you just want to encounter.
You've a task?
I always have tasks. Kinda get used to it.
For the good.
I care not.
Now take care of the wyvern, please. And you have no idea how happy I'm gonna be if I can actually get rid of Falcon again.
Is it?
That one is such a mess of stats, it's unbelievable. But then again, it is just more fitting to have her along, role-playing wise, when you go into the mine. Because that is her first and foremost problem.
Such menial tasks.
Now that it is out of the way, let us identify things, let us sell some things, and then get the team back together in a bit of a more reasonable fashion. Without Yeslik and without... hold on. I don't know. Yeslik never really... I mean, he is okay. He's a fighter cleric. But I have so many clerics usually. And then, if given the choice, I prefer Branwen, honestly. Branwen is cool. War Tempush! Ha ha ha. Now, those I can only really sell down below. I'll have to take care of that. Have I put anything in here that is not identified? I have. Also, I should probably reduce these numbers a bit, because otherwise this spec is basically full. That's out of my inventory, so.
Such menial tasks.
Now then, Jill and a mirror shade.
Guide your eye on your travels.
Cheap, cheap, cheap. All of that. I see some cursed score rolls. Yay. Let's see, what is this? Armor Classics. Honestly, you're probably the only one who actually gets anything out of that. Baldur. That is a good one. Yeah, you go there, you go there. You go there. Let's reduce the number of shit we have in our inventory. Well, you know, inventory is inventory basically, because this is quite literally what this is. Split this up a bit, sell a bit, then we can go down to Nashkel and sell some dragon heads. And we have that out of the way, and then... well, technically then would next be the journey to Baldur's Gate. On our way. Means we're also gonna encounter another one. Our companions. You're probably a very bad example. Yeah, you take all of this nonsense, this nonsense, this nonsense. Yeah, dee da dee da dee da. Now the protection scrolls I kinda wanna keep though. It's also pretty damn useful, honestly. Now then, let's take a look here. I don't think I gave you anything I'm gonna regret. Oh yeah, Cloud Cube. That one I would like to keep. That is one of the more high level ones you can have.
Fine.
Even just having it as a scroll is pretty useful, to put it mildly. Now then, my reputation is...
All of nature.
Such menial tasks.
I love it. Actually, do I have a... Nope.
What? Fine.
You have been waylaid by enemies and must defend
Fine.
yourself.
Misclicked.
You have been waylaid by enemies
Fine.
and must defend yourself. You have been waylaid by enemies
What?
and must defend yourself.
Fine.
Can I? Oh, my heart's really not in this.
Nature.
Fine game. I shall do so. Yeah.
Yes?
Pain in the ass. But that's the sort of thing. Yes, no. But that is like, are you sure you want to do this? No, the game's like,
A simple matter.
fuck you. You said you want to do this. Now you do it. It means that, yeah, misclicking is not really a good thing. Just putting that out there. You should be careful about that.
Such menial tasks.
Okay. Then let's set this up a bit better than this time, shall we? You take all the stuff we can't sell up here anyway. Your progress that it is full. You already have all the stuff I want you to have, because that is the stuff I'm going to let you keep in your inventory as my save. I mean, technically speaking, the game does remember when you put things down, and it is very good at it, to some degree. But I never fully trusted that. Diamond, a pearl, and a star. We're kinda missing something there, namely a ring. Have I for some reason sold that thing? Probably yes. That's a bit of a problem. But then again, I only really made business with one person, so that is gonna make this a lot easier. Should be here.
All of nature's children must rest sometime.
200 swords and eggs. I have 200 weapons style is already. Yeah, I know, I'd get a second point in access. We are getting more powerful by the minute. And your hero is in combat. Oh, for fuck's sake. Is it Wi-Fi heads? Yes. Gonna be a problem, isn't it? Because everybody's gonna be up here and you're gonna be down there.
What? Yes?
Now, can we travel force?
Fine.
If your hero not with us.
A simple matter.
You have need of. I can, but try.
I'm gone. What is such menial tasks?
Guide your eye on your travels.
That was it anyway, wasn't it? Yes, now we have protection from fire. First scroll.
What? Fine. Fine. Yes?
Yeah, I'm right, Church of Highway. Of course you are. Now then, Baldur, I want you to have all of this nonsense. You can keep that nonsense. Jerry, just stay where you are for a minute, will you? And we are now going to start selling some nonsense.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
What is such menial tasks?
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
What?
I had feared that that be the case, and it was the case. Sometimes it sucks being right. I knew that there was some reason why I can't just let her sit down there. Oh boy, I was right. Funny how that works. Very funny.
Yes?
Yeah, everybody's moving again. Very good, very good. Sell some nonsense, change my team around, maybe take a small little trip down to Nashville to get my stuff sold. Then... well, then we have basically done all the preparations, and that means we can potentially start going here. Now this is the last huge area you will actually get, because this is not just one map, mind you. This little one down here is a map, this 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 here is a map. Yeah. I had a lot of things going on there, let's just say.
A simple matter.
Yes, there's gonna be lots of cool stuff going on, and yeah,
Is open to all who behave themselves.
we are not yet done in the long run, mind you. There's still a lot of Baldur's Gate to play, which is good, very good even. Now, let me see if I can actually find myself a nice little ring, an angel skin ring. Because that is actually something you should have in your inventory, because we need one for a quest later on. Now, let me see here. So I still have all of that nonsense. Now let me see here. Honestly, what I could do is take all of my letters. I do kind of like to have them for story reasons, yeah, you know. I can just give my collection of stuff to people who probably can't even read, now that I think about it, because why should that shadow druid learn to read? I can read a tree. Yes, I'm sure you can. Can tell you how old the tree is? Yes. Nice. Can you read this simple children's book? No? Yeah. I see a small problem in the near future, little Baldur. Then again, the same could be said about your hero, but since she's of the more, I guess, reasonable would be one way of saying it. Incantation of the whole druid thing. I'm going to assume that she is probably far more likely to actually have learned such skills. I mean, you know, one can hope. From what? Oh shit, I had one protection scroll that I had not yet identified in my inventory. Baldur is like, why are you doing this to me? What have I ever done to you? Apart from being annoying, but yes, just yes. Now, let's think around. I think I'm going to go back to my 5
Fine.
teammate composition, because we need to pick up a few people, and that usually requires having 1 spot free. Worst case, 2 spots,
Good on you
if it's a team. But I think there is none left of the I have already teammate that I want to stay with composition anymore, which is good for us. And we can now pick up once again little Vicky. Has been reasonable for once and has been staying there like a good piece of
I am one with you.
row.
I will do that.
Yes.
You reach Clangeddon's will be done.
What is it?
Reasonably sure, yes. Clangeddon's will be done. Reform the party. Baldur, remove.
You want something?
Reform party. Yes, Link. Remove.
What are you need?
How is my reputation? My reputation is popular 15. That should still be okay. Bling!
Orion would have none of this. It is shameful.
What?
Surface dwellers can be so stupid.
You don't say. Well, shit, I kind of forgot that I still had a nice lot of letters in my inventory. Well. The next character to pick up is actually not that far away, so, you know. It's not gonna stay that way long. Now then, little Vicky, you can get your potion bag. For some reason, she always ends up with the potion bag and with me. I don't know why precisely, it's just the way things are, basically. So little Immo is running out of arrows.
Such menial tasks.
Now then, let's make a nice little quick save again and journey down south. All the way to Nashville.
Fine.
Because that store is really the store that has it all and takes it all. A very nice store. Here we have Rosard and stuff. I don't know. I mean, the good thing is you still have time, basically, to pick them up at any point before the end.
Such menial tasks.
I don't really feel it, though, to be very fair.
This has been poor, what with the iron shortage and all.
Why can't I sell that to you? I thought you were the guy who would actually still
Customers
get
always
this.
right.
Okay, but at least the bandit scalps he's taken. Nobody's actually willing to buy weapon heads anymore. And that sucks ass. Really does though. Ah. Carried that around for no good reason, did I? Well, what do we have here? Protection from undead? Yes, please. Sure, there's a merchant who buys those. Since I don't remember where, that I guess is a statement that is worth quite literally nothing. These items +1. No, you know what? Let's actually split this up a bit. Actually make sure that you're using your special arrows,
What?
especially the ones we don't have many from,
Such menial
because
tasks.
otherwise it's such a waste of
I must
space.
rest.
Such menial tasks.
Now then, if we now go traveling upwards, we can get ourselves hands on, you know, another nice companion with a more curly rind. Can't I actually go there yet? Haven't I gone there yet? That is actually where all matters. Very surprising. Heck, I wasn't even here yet.
Such menial tasks.
That is very surprising, actually. Well, yes, I found a new area to explore. And actually, there are quests here, if memory serves. And... oh wait, I was here. I got exactly to here, right? I got the paladin. Yes, that is why. This is how I did it. Okay. And that is precisely why you shouldn't take long breaks in playing games, because then you kind of forgot what you already did and why. So I just went here to pick up a certain paladin, eh? Of all things. Which actually means that there are still 2 quests here. Yeah, one should be the hunting quest and one should be the... technically speaking, there's also 3, but it's part of 3, isn't it? If we count the Umberle quest.
Such menial tasks.
Because that's strictly just on the one above. Okay, hunting. Oh yeah, we also need to pick up a dead body. Which is always such a pain to transport. Those things are heavy. And when you actually have a limited inventory, space-wise and weight-wise, then yeah, that's not the most pleasing thing to do. Hello chicken. Hello chicken number 2. Yeah, there they are. So it is part of requests then. Because I remember those cunts here. You're also gonna be like, I'm a poor farmer, I don't have anything. And then you're like, okay, let me just go into your house for a second. Then you're like, you had a silver necklace. And you had 32 gold. So much for you had nothing. You lying piece of...
Yes, such menial tasks. A simple matter.
Ah, what a nice ambiente. Nice and relaxing, isn't it? You hear the water, you hear the chirping of the birds.
Yep, this way.
It's such a shame if somebody were to steal your stuff. Wasn't it? More gold. Always nice to have more gold. And again, it's not like I'm really lacking in the gold area, mind you.
What? Fine.
You know, that is not getting me.
But damn it, Sauna, we can't go on like this forever.
It is you have troubles on my mind. Leave me and mine alone. Ease of a second there. They're rough looking, but maybe they can help us with the problem. Yeah. Oh yeah, the problem. Sorry for my manner. We are poor folk. You're lying sheepies of. Not accustomed to trouble. There's hard times now. We can't but get a boat into the water before she's swamped by the rains. It's that beach of Umberle. She's the one. Steady, Tailman. What he means is, we're being harassed by a priest of the bitch queen Umberle. I don't know why, you liar. But whenever we attempt to fish, she turns the weather sour. 2 of us were washed away just walking to the docks. And a proof God it was her. We're needing someone to strong-arm her into leaving us alone. We're not much money. I'll gladly give you a magical weapon from my grandfather's adventuring days. A meager amount for your trouble. Great service to us. Well, I mean, I guess it is a nice little thing. I do like weapons.
I want to be done with all this.
They haven't killed her yet.
What? What do you want?
Suddenly he gets a lot more nice.
Cool tempers will prevail.
Cool tempers will prevail, he says after asking me to kill somebody. Yeah. Let us not think about the irony of that too hard. And not too long. That sounds beastie. Down there. Very beastie. And with that we have picked up one quest. Of course, that's not going to be the only quest. Ah, Ankex. That's such a nice thing to murder. Oh, hello there. Eines Redul. Interesting name. You know, I'm not gonna pick that up. Weight's 100. A fucking 100. I have great many things, but that much weight limit I have definitively not. Hello, Mr. Farmer.
Please, will no one help me? Anyone? I've nowhere else to be turning.
Ah, please. You're wrong in strapping. Can you lend a neighbor a hand? Something going on at the farm, but I can't afford to hire help. Nothing to offer. Shave my gratitude. I could have, but surely you must be able to pay something. Because of this terrible iron shortage, it cost the last of my savings to repair the plow. Nothing left but my son Nathan, and now he is missing. I shan't dare. It was hard enough that they're asking for help, please. Ah, sure. You need to look no further. What can I do? Oh, but a great mother, thank you. My son Nathan and his friends went looking for missing cattle. They just up and disappeared. And for a few days, and with all the bandits around, who knows what's happening. Don't know where they were heading, but I saw some sort of track to the west. Yo. But first, you say you have nothing to give me.
I've done had enough of this.
7 gold, okay, that is not much. Jewels, that is something.
What?
I'll say that you kinda lied to me there, my friend.
Such
It is
menial
not
tasks.
very nice. As you can imagine, that hole in the ground we just found is precisely where we need to go to find the missing people. Not in the best condition. Most definitively. Kinda what you would expect. After all, cattle isn't really in the habit of going missing for no bloody good reason. Now there's the one who wants to hunt pigs.
Yeah?
Come here to fight uncakes. Well, listen up. It's mating season, so it's primarily females coming up to the surface. You put on a little extra weight. They're hungry, they're aggressive, and there are a lot of them. The point of this exercise is to not exterminate them, but to keep their population to a manageable level. And remember, they aerate the soil and thereby improve crop yields by as much as 15%. It's going to be scarce enough in the next few years, so keep that in mind when you're out there. No more than 4 uncakes per party. That is catch and release, alright? Most of the activity starts about 50 yards to the east. Now move out, everyone. I'll keep an eye on things from here. To hell, you say go to east, I go to east. You lying piece of shit, there's nothing to the east. Oh well, 4 uncakes you say. So murdering 4 and coming back to get some nice and hopefully
Your life.
reward. Now then.
Your life is mine.
That is 1. The question is though for this quest, do I actually need your heads? Because that would be a problem. I'm just gonna point out. Just a bit of a problem. Well, okay, that would be 4. As soon as we have them all murdered, we can go back and be like, well, we did our job. Then we will continue murdering, and we will not follow the idea of catch and release. Well, I mean, that should be pretty obvious, but alas. Surprisingly enough, catch and release does not give you experience points. Murdering things, however, gives you a lot of nice, sweet, succulent XP.
Yeah?
Get some of the action, can you? That's alright, there are plenty more who will take your place. What?
Yeah?
What? Woman. $50 yards to our left. So you have a specific group you want me to murder then. Sure, make it difficult, woman. Make it difficult. So there's nothing here. I feel lied to. Very much so. I will have to climb all around the map. Can't stop with the action. Yeah. Go screw yourself.
Fine.
Still no more Ankex. So much about the so-called mating season. Yeah. Said it and I found some.
Yes, a simple matter. Your life should be mine.
Night Singer, give me power.
Yeah, I think a simple one should be enough. Oh, for fuck's sake, game. The good thing is,
What?
don't you have another one? If not, good.
What? Such menial tasks.
Oh. Well, apparently I have not to go through this bloody map again. Oh. What was that nice little thing about save off? I should probably have taken that to heart at some point in my fucking years and years of playing this game, but I did not. Instead I decided to be an idiot about it. Alas, that is just how it sometimes goes. Can't do much about that. Not any longer.
Fine.
Well then, let's ignore all of the trouble that is up north and continue doing the exploration like this. Get the fucking
I must rest.
unkick hunting out of the way first. Mostly because I do kinda remember that that is one quest that actually can get somewhat bugged. Sometimes. Not much of a trouble. Someone though.
Down to size.
Oh, thoughts really not in this.
Yes, you kinda forget it after a while because usually your tanks are in front, but there are some more squishy parts of your party which should stay in, you know, the back row for good reason. And not travel in the fucking front row. Even if you're not expecting much trouble. That can change quickly and murderously, and you don't really want that. Otherwise you have to reload, and that is a pain in the ass, as you can see. Quite clearly. And then, yeah. According to my stomach, it is high time that I start preparing something to eat. So we will finish this map, and then we will actually have something
Such menial tasks.
to do the next time. Maybe we're gonna start on the good old city of Baldur's Gate. It's in Pole. My, that's gonna be a lot of stuff to do. And a lot of stuff to explore. Yankees are like, hey, you're wearing my brother as your armor. That is not very nice of you.
My blade will cut you down to size.
Which, mind you, it is not, but well, what can you do? To be fair though, they are, I believe, worth quite a bit of XP, yeah. Almost 1000 XP points. That is something. Now, technically speaking, as soon as you have eradicated most of the map, things should be done and over with. You still should be very careful because you can get fucking eradicated by fucking unkicks. They're tough little bitches.
Yeah?
Games like I can see them swarming, and I'm sitting here like, how can you see them swarming? I don't see shit. Yeah, come on, die. I mean, that's kind of the fun part of it all, that they do not, technically speaking, have much of a chance when things go well. If things don't go well, though, you kinda going to find yourself in a bit of a problematic situation. That is just how it is with pancakes, though. Can't do much about that. Games like I can see them swarming. I'm sitting here like, can you? Really? Where? I sure as hell cannot. Technically speaking, now we are down as far as the farm. Well, one of the farms, that is. So I have some hope that we actually got the group that she was referring to.
Yeah?
Good work, and trust that you stuck to the quota. Yes, 75 gold pieces. Go find yourself a room in the city and rest up. You've earned it. Pancakes are tough to kill. Get a reward of 75 gold pieces is welcome. Well, yeah, more would be even more welcome, but alas. Can't have everything now, can we? Then let's position ourselves nice with our tanky boys in front, like it's supposed to be. Then let's explore the field. Then we're gonna undertake his little quest here. Farmer Brune.
Please, will no one help me? Anyone? I've nowhere else to be turning.
Yes, I know. You said so already.
You're this way.
Still gonna take all the stuff, mind you. Because let's be honest here, cannot claim you have nothing when you have something.
Simple matter. A simple matter.
That is not very nice when you're asking for a fucking favor.
My blade will cut you down to size.
Now then. Yeah. Ow is a very reasonable response to being hit by an Ankek.
Gorion would be proud of your actions.
Well, I don't know about that. We're kinda doing a lot of mercenary stuff, basically. Where we're going like, you have money to pay, I'm willing to help. But generally speaking, yes. I think we are decent human beings. Well, human beings are not all of us, but decent beings. At the very least. So take that as is. And I would like to say, but that is a horrible sound effect.
Fine.
Will you look at this cunt? Where are you going? No. If memory serves, then on the right side somewhere here is the dead body. The one we're supposed to be looking for. So we're gonna murder everything else in this cave, then go there. Now, if at this point in time you wouldn't not already have an Ankek armor, have been made by one of by the smith boy in Baragost, then this here would be a very, very good place to farm some plates to make said armor. Then again, it is rather unreasonable that you would have the armor at this point, but you could potentially still be a new player. And that would mean that you might not be knowing stuff like this. Could very well be, you know. I mean, I think I played... The first time I played Icewind Dale is like... not actually that long ago, comparatively speaking. Mostly because I knew what it was about and I was like, yeah, not really interested in doing a... basically a combat focused one. I do like to have some story and some characters about it, but really hard to see sometimes. I mean, I guess you could say that is basically the hunting tactic, but alas, I don't like it. Yes, I'm sure Shah is very happy with you. As am I, little Vicky, as am I. Main problem is that, technically speaking, she is still evil, and so we're kind of setting up a party that is bound to run into, well, a bit of a conflict. Because evil and good does not necessarily like each other very much. Some mysticistic reason, you know? Can't understand that at all. Hello, little uncake. See, there's treasure. Yep, a bit further. I kinda thought it was here, but it was actually here. Well, so be it. Okay, first all of the stuff goes there, you go in there. Really would like to have a container for all of those things. Alas, I don't have one, so all of the complaining is not gonna do me much good now, is it? Now I have a body in my inventory, which you might know is heavy as fuck.
I'm really not in this.
Seriously, they are a good experience actually. I mean, if you get them in a controlled way and you can murder them like you please, then they are a really good source of experience points. I'll give it that much. Then again, grinding unnecessarily is really not gonna help much. Mostly because the level limit is there. And I can tell you, even at max level, some combat encounters are gonna be a pain in the ass. Like a certain end boss encounter in Durlax Tower, for example. That is not something you wanna play with. Believe you me. There are many a pain in the ass encounters, and that is definitely one of those.
Fine.
Now then, before we give that, let's actually go in here and speak to that guy again and go like, well, I heard that you're partly pissed off Umbele. That doesn't take much, mind you. Umbele is a bit of a bitch, quite literally. So pissing her off is not that hard, mind you, but
What you want?
Yes.
I've done had enough of this.
cleaning all your stuff. I do love that the game's morality does not see any problem with stealing stuff. That is absolutely legitimate. As long as you don't get caught, chat's not gonna have a problem with your
What
alignment
is such menial fine?
or your reputation or anything. Just don't get caught. Basically is the thing. It's not a crime if you not get caught. Which technically speaking is kinda not untrue now, is it?
Yep. This way.
Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Taking up some stuff. Well,
What?
still not much, but alas.
Fine.
One is gonna take what one can take. Now let's get to this nonsense
Damn
again.
it, Sauna, we can't go on like this forever.
Well, we already read this nonsense, so I'm gonna skip this. You give me a magical weapon, sure. Consider it done. Magical weapon, I'll take. The problem here is that I don't really remember how to do this nice.
Such Such menial tasks.
Alright, I kind of forgot to give Mr. I need to go back anyway.
Fine.
I'm just gonna carry around that corpse with me now. That is just normal. Like, imagine being some poor guy who has to actually check the poor little travelers going through over this bridge. And my group comes up and he's checking his inventory. You have a dead body in your inventory. And I'm like, oh yeah, we kind of wanted to give that back to his father, but we kind of forgot along the way. Do apologize. I'm sure he would be very much pleased with that. Like, yeah, sure, that's totally a legal excuse you're giving me there. I'm gonna let you pass now. Totally not gonna let you pass because I fear for my life or anything. No, I'm gonna let you pass because I believe in your word and your goodness. Oh, that nonsense. Not much going on though. I do think actually there's something you can get your nice little rubby paws on.
Yes? What fine?
Some quest item, if memory serves, up here, behind the
Orion would be proud of your action.
little shack. No, lonely little unkick, not much of a problem, we can deal with that. And there is Neshter's Dagger, which is a quest item that you kind of want to have. And preferably you give back to Nesta. That's why you should give it to poor little Imoen and be like, here Imoen, take Dagger.
What?
Make sure that you do not lose Dagger, we need Dagger. Maybe not we in particular, we don't gonna use that one. It's a shitty little dagger.
What is fine?
Now this little Tanya here is basically the one responsible for all the trouble, and we are now going to solve
I'm gone.
all of this situation. Cannot give. Inventory is full.
What? A simple matter.
Well then, let's play yes. Now, I do know how I want to deal with this.
Stop! You are trespassing on my land home.
None, come this way, around as you are. Was those horrible fishermen entirety, wasn't it? Speak! Well, they did send me, but I wish only to know what is going on. Goes on is none of your business. Leave now, at least to learn the same fate.
Umberly guides my way.
Yeah, see, this is the sort of result I kinda wanna avoid.
Simple matter. Stop! You are trespassing on my land home. Umberly guides my way. Umberly guides my way.
As cowardly as they're treacherous. Let's see what happens when... Okay, so I actually need to beat you into submission first. That's kinda low blow. It's like, hey, look at this child, now you're gonna beat this child. Why do you do this? Don't you know what they've done? Shun at the others. They are the evil ones. They killed my mother, and now you help them. She only did her duty, collecting the offerings from those that would use the sea. They stole her elemental summoning bowl and tortured her for the words that make it work. Now they all misuse the gift from Umberly to pillage the seas. My mother's spirit can't rest until it's returned. I have more power than Mother had. Umberly gave me her anger. I can't find the bowl. All I can do is hurt them till they give it back or die. But I'm so tired. I don't have Mother's will. But this is so demanding. Help me, please. Shh, child. I shall help you as best as I can. Yeah, thank you. The Sea Queen may yet be satisfied with the return of the bowl, but one way or another. Chana's group must no longer profit at her expense. It is probably being hidden in a shrine to another god. Don't know where the shrine is. Couldn't go near even if I did, but Sona may tell you. You're asking with a blade. Go no, Fumbly is seldom patient, and you're not yet on his good side.
Yes? Fine.
Oh, that child was a bit of a pain in the ass, wasn't she? But yeah, now at this point in time, and you probably know me at this point good enough to know, I hate it. Like the plague, when people are lying to me. As they ask me outright to kill somebody for their own selfish reasons, I'm like, okay, this is at least somewhat honest mercenary work, because I know what I'm getting into. If they lie to me, however, I'm getting pissed off. And since Umbally is not really the sort of goddess you can get to harass people for your own interests, if they not meet up with her, I'm pretty sure that the story of little Tenya is actually somewhat solid. So we shall now go back and be very much like, okay, Sana, you have exactly 3.1 seconds to give me what I want.
A simple matter.
And then my blade will most likely find its way between your ribs. Sorry to say, but that's just the fate that people who lie to me usually get. I really, really, really hate that, like the plague. You could say that got even worse when I started doing business, because ever since then I have relied quite often on the words of people, and that kind of makes you very, very sensitive when it comes to lying. Some mystical reason, mind you. Ah. But yeah, they really did do well with the ambient sound, didn't they? I mean, the music is nice too, don't get me wrong. But the whole ambient sound is kinda... that is really done well. Sea and stuff. Now, since I'm going to assume that you will probably fight back if I'm accusing you.
What is a simple matter?
Cool tempers will prevail.
Have you done it? Have you killed the bitch? Well, the priestess had much to say about that group of you. You know, we sent you. Damn it, she killed us all for. Hold your tongue, tailman. I warned you she would be treacherous. You're gonna believe their lies, haven't you? What did you say? That we stole some bowl or something? Seems a pretty shadow excuse to kill us over, doesn't it? As I said before, we're but poor fishermen, but what if we toss in another row? 100 gold. Will that change your mind? Generally speaking, yes. But, also you just admitted to your crime, didn't you? Because how the fuck do you even know about some bowl or another? If not for the fact that she is telling the truth. Giant said that you killed your mother and I've been taking far too much from the seas. I don't like being used, Sona. It makes me angry. Jake's up. The bitch priestess were taking tribute from us for years. The price just kept climbing. You can't sail without a pleasing Umberly. The Craig of Telly's in Baldur's Gate said. Suffice to say, we've made another arrangement for a safe passage at sea. Part of the deal was a little payback as well. So you see, we are all pawns within the friendly rivalries with the gods. You'd best tread carefully, lest you step on some pretty powerful toes. My armor comes with steel boots. I like very much the idea of stepping on said toes with my steel boots. Give me the bowl, Sana. I am not asked so nicely a second time. We felt it was safer that way. Take it. Now that the Stormlord knows who's possessed. Careful now, get out of here. I should stay well away from any Eternal Shrine if I were you. Vengeful things, these gods.
Cool tempers will prevail.
Interesting. I can just talk about him, I think.
What?
No, he's actually reasonable enough to just give me the goods. That kinda takes away my justification for murdering them, sadly enough.
Fine.
I'm not a murderer without reason, so to speak. They are cooperating with my demands, then yes, I have no further reason to try my hand, I suppose. Yes, I shall steal my blade then, and the gods themselves will probably deal with this situation one way or another. Or is the little one going to be like, no, I want you to go back and murder them for me now? Since she would be asking honestly, I might actually be willing to accept. Here's the bowl that was taken from your mother. Perhaps now she will rest. Amberly is mother now, and she is well pleased. She will leave with Son's group in time. The Tellers will no doubt abandon them for their failure. If they are wise, they will never set sail again. For the sea will take the worthless lives. I have no reward for you, but the Sea Queen remembers those that serve her well. You will be paid in time. Which is true, the gods seldom pay you outright in gold, but I guess if I have to piss off one god, I would have to rely on another one. So having Amberly on my side is probably a good thing, although she is a bit of a bitch, isn't she? But with this, finally, a way to Baldur's Gate is potentially set open. And we have a lot of stuff, technically speaking too. We also kind of need to go back with that dead body at some point and go like, yeah, we took a few turns and twists around, but here's the dead body of your son. Sorry if it has rotted a bit more than necessary. We were busy.
Such menial tasks.
Indeed. Menial, menial, menial. Oh, you go down. You go down too. Guess we're gonna take one small trip back to the Friendly Arms Inn and get some selling done again. Because we actually do have a few things to sell, identify and then sell, and you know, stuff. How does it look with here? You actually could need a few more little rocks to hurl. So far so good. Now where's my enemy? There's my enemy. Honestly, the good thing is they are worth quite a lot experience-wise, so I do kinda like it that they are, you know, around. But you know, in 1,000 steps, 1,000 almost, per little creature. I like that. Also, so many Angic heads. Hey, former.
Twill be hard going without my son.
If you found my son, is he well? I'm afraid Nathan was dead, sir. He died defending a farm from a nest of strange beast. No, my only son. It is a black day. He died for this farm, but I'm too old to work it and too poor to hire someone else. I've lost him and the land. Please no, no. Thank you for your help, but I wish to be alone now. Yeah, I'm sorry to say, but there's quite literally nothing we can do about that. We can't stop here and start becoming farmers, because, well, you know, we are on a great adventure quest. Yeah, I'm sorry to say, but that's not an option. No, no. Down we go, down we go. Actually, we can level up again. Everybody, which is good. What is even better is the fact that, and that is actually something I find is very much pleasing in the Enhanced Edition, that the NPCs don't just fucking level up. It has been such a pain in the ass in the past, like you wouldn't fucking believe it. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. What do I see here? 4th level priest skill builds. There's some nice ones here. Yeah, Lizard Restoration, for example, which is nice. Free action, pretty cool, but I think... Then there's of course the obvious. Cure, serious wound. I think I actually want to have one of those for the moment. Now you shall become an even better thief. Open locks, you already have 100. Find traps, 85. Detect illusion, 0. Well, that's not good. Find traps, 100. Detect illusion, because that is something we're gonna need in Durlax's Tower. I like to have that. Now, short sword you already have. Short bow you already have. Single weapon style you already have. Can I give you... No, you can't learn about the longbow. Dart sling. Crossbow maybe. I guess dagger would be a nice fitting thing. And now you actually level up as a druid again. Yes, you do. Which means... spells. Call woodland beings. A nymph. These include mental domination, confusion, and mask cure. As a grown slain or the spell's duration expires. Duration 3 times. Then it's actually a fucking amazing thing when you think about it. A fucking nymph with all of her spell arsenal at your disposal. Oh well, not necessarily your disposal, but yeah, I kinda wanna have that. I also cure serious wounds because, well, yeah. Now, make it safe. I kinda wanted to pick up another one, but honestly we can do this the next time. That pling kinda tells me that things have been disturbed, haven't they? I always love it when it does the pling. Well, to be fair, you haven't missed much, let's say it like this. And again, this is... if this is the worst that is happening, like I lose connection for a second or so, that's something I'm actually willing to accept. It's a lot better than the alternative of completely breaking down and not being able to restart. Also a good sign, we're probably going to end it after we've done this nice little thing here. I think that's actually a very good idea. Because then I go and have some eating to do. Well, first some cooking, then some eating. Then I'm gonna get some shit done. And on this evening I shall be back then with... well, I will most likely be back. Mind you, it could always be the case that something unreasonable happens, but let's just not assume that it is the case and just assume that things will go well. In which case, not a problem. Also, we hope. Hope we can, if nothing else. Do 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 do. You really pick up some nonsense. Then not enough of the other nonsense, interestingly enough. Ah, guess we can't really do much about that.
Fine. Glitter Gold guide your eye on your travels.
Sure he will. Sure he will. Now then. And there's something to save. Yeah, there's something I could use. Saying I myself could use. I don't think there's any reason to give you that, no, is there? No. Also something that should be in the category of let's save that.
A simple matter.
Up we go, up we go. Do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, we can cure what else you, but nothing ails me. We're basically healthy.
Menial tasks.
I mean, I'm at half health, but basically healthy.
My inn is open to all who behave themselves.
Yes, meaning nice people like me. Because everybody knows just how much of a nice person I am. Which is actually factually somewhat not even a lie. Now then, where are your bullets? That should last you quite a while. In your case, I actually want you to waste some of your arrows if at all possible. Do I? Nah, I can actually rest outside. You know, the old-fashioned way. Camping.
Gather your party before venturing forth.
Now then, let's go out.
Fine.
Recruit somebody in my team, give him the few things I have, de-recruit him again, and then we basically done everything we set out to do. There's quite literally not much more to do apart from entering Baldur's Gate. That is gonna be a massive undertaking, because as I said, Baldur's Gate is pretty massive, and just going by side quests alone, you will spend hours.
A simple matter.
Really, really hours in there. Which, mind you, is definitely not a bad thing.
What are you need?
What is it?
Now then, going into position to return to adventuring.
Tonight you dream of blood. Not of blood on a blade or the blood on your hands, but an ichor that runs as a torrent through the realms. A flood that pours across the fields and forests. An ocean that floats you to the world's edge and threatens to cascade off into the void. This blood seems a frightening thing. A massive force that sweeps away all resistance. As a whole, it is a monster and it cannot be stopped. Were it to be viewed from on high, it would seem to cover the entire world in its red-black embrace. You, however, do not have such a lofty perch.
Well,
From
shit.
within the deluge, you can see it does not move as one, but is filled with currents, eddies, and undertows. Pockets of calm afford breathing space, whilst violent whirlpools threaten to rend limb from limb. Ultimately, it seems undirected and lacks a driving will, a quality you have in abundance. You may be caught within, but sufficient determination can shape what you need to survive. There are still options open, still choices to be made. As the tide presses forward, you steer as you wish, atop a ship called Persistence and under sails made of resolve. A sudden and deliberate wave puts an end to your course and to the dream. It would seem that the flood does have some will and took offense to your enjoying the ride.
It's like I'm a fucking power of nature herself, basically, and she was just sitting there like, riding this is fun. Bling!
What?
Oh, that means I should have gotten, you know, the special ability. Slow poison, yeah. Now, the game is basically set up in a way to showcasing you that your actions have consequences, and that those dreams, those visions you have, basically grant you abilities. So if you are a more good aligned person, you get healing abilities and preservance abilities like slow poison. And if you're on the evil side of things, you get the exact opposite. You get inflict small wounds and stuff like that, basically. Honestly, if we go by just what is more useful, then having the healing abilities is hands down the best option you can have.
What is it?
And again, you feel free to play evil. Play with an old evil group and go out the lands and kill everybody, because you will have more than enough people that can heal you anyway, so... You know, not a necessity. But yeah, that was enjoyable. Enjoyable way of spending my Sunday. Hmm. Will the game allow me? Yes, it will allow me to change. Change! Override. And the good thing is also, this is of course the sort of game, even if basically your graphic card has been reduced to a potato, you can still play. Because this game does not require much more than a potato. Quite literally to run. The same could be said about your CPU or anything else, because honestly, look at it. That's not the most, you know, graphically challenging kind of thing, but there's other qualities that I do still find really enjoyable. Now with that also we have dealt with all of these areas. Basically that means on this side of the Sword Coast there's nothing for us to really explore that is new. There's Durloc's Tower, which would like to plague until very much shortly before the end, because yeah, that's a painful area. And Olga's Beard, which is also responsible for a few quests that we need to deal with. Basically, there is the island and the other island. Yes, I'm gonna keep it as such a vague concept because I'm not gonna tell you. It would be spoiling it, I don't like that. Yeah, we are basically now in the well, at the end of the mid-game, basically. What's now coming is the last big chunk where you can actually still go for, you know, side activities in Baldur's Gate and surrounding areas, and after that is straight through the finale. And then, technically speaking, comes Baldur's Gate 2. Which is the following story, but there's also the, that thing, yeah, more modern, Siege of Dragon something. Inside there is an add-on, and I'm kind of looking into if I want to play that too. I've never played that before, so I have no idea, but maybe I'm gonna give that a try to see what other people do when you give them the engine, the tools, and say, now make a Baldur's Gate entry. Would be somewhat interesting. Also, depending on how it goes, somewhat disappointing and other things. It's also going to involve, most likely, the added NPCs like the Half-Orc Blackguard Dawn and the Wild Mage, which I'm avoiding like the plague because, let me say it like this, I once, and only once, played through Baldur's Gate 2 with a Wild Mage myself. Oh boy. If you think saving and reloading is important before, no, after you play the Wild Mage, you will have a fucking obsession with pressing the quicksave button every bloody step of the way. And you will hate the fact that you cannot quicksave in combat. Because you want to quicksave every bloody turn, basically. But yeah. So for the moment, I will have to bid you adieu. Have a good one and all that. And yes, as I said, I kinda will be back most likely this evening. Then again, I will not make the promise because, as you can see, the internet is still somewhat unstable and it kinda breaks down. As long as it's only a like blip on the radar, not a problem, because then actually this nice little program is reconnecting on its own and nothing bad is happening. But if not, then I'm kinda getting thrown out and things do not start up again nicely. Can't do much about that, sorry though. Sorry in advance, basically. Apart from that, alright, I can give you a bit of the planning for next week already. So since next week I will probably get the replacement parts for my PC. But depending on how well those work.
The light! It burns!
Yeah. Sure, Vicky. We could maybe missing one stream or maybe 2 streams. That depends a bit because technically I'm not really seeing any problem with just putting them in, but whenever software is involved, I'm not too sure that I will get things running as I would like them to. That is something I have other people to do that nonsense. And since they are not available, I'm basically reduced to having them on the phone and having like that. We shall see, we shall see. But generally speaking, we should have a short evening on Monday. We should have, if things go well, a bit more on Tuesday. Wednesday is probably going to be short one too, and the rest of the week will probably also be short. And on the other side of the argument, I might be able to get Saturday off with a half day, which means at least next Saturday we will have, like, you know, like today, and yesterday basically, a bit more time for the good old playing games, which I do enjoy rather much. But yeah, I shall keep you informed if things change or if I can foresee them changing as much as possible. Then again, if it's all, you know, kind of passé, if I don't have any internet to go on, because then I can't really tell you shit now, can I? If I'm not in internet. Alas. A problem for the ages and one I cannot solve anyway, so yes. Now I will get something to eat because I kind of feel my stomach going like, "Grub, eat food now, please." And he's getting a bit more vocal about it with passing time, so yes. Bye bye for now, and yeah, hopefully we'll see each other again this evening. We shall see.